and is intended only for mature audiences.
About 15 minutes late for the stream. We shouldn't be used to this. It's like he's falling cover. Muller really is in this, but it's not in his credits because they keep getting copyrighted. Which is the... Oh, that's not the one I want. I haven't done that in ages.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Real BBC. Yes, Gary's running about 15 minutes late. I think he's just got home and nothing's working, so he's just resetting everything. And I have to apologize immediately before we start. I set the stream up wrong. I set it up through YouTube and not through StreamYard. And only just realized my mistake about 5 minutes before the stream was to begin, which means that everybody who did their super chats then, I am very sorry to say, they vanished into the ether in terms of me being able to read them out. And I do, and I'm severely apologizing because there was like £100 worth of super chats there and then. And there was a person that did a fiddy, and there was lots of tens, and there was some questions. So I sincerely apologize to all of those people that did that. And the irony, of course, is one of them, somebody who did super chat said to me before the stream, if I super chat now, will it actually go live, or do I have to wait for the show to go live? I was like, oh no, if you super chat now, it goes into the back. I can see it in the YouTube studio.
Aww.
But because I had to delete the stream, it doesn't save.
It's not in the back end or anything, is it?
It's not. I've checked.
The back end still doesn't include membership messages.
I know.
It's so stupid.
Dude, it's crashing every 5 minutes anyway.
Yep.
With this
I can't even,
stupid...
dude. I don't have it up anymore. I actually pop out two versions of chat, one primary and one they call it funding, I think, and then I kill the live thing. I don't know what it is on. It could be Chrome, could just be YouTube, but the memory bleed on it is absolutely fucking insane. And it just crashes my browser.
Funding.
So I don't even
have the fund, dude. I don't even have the funding tab.
Wait, you don't?
No, I do not. I don't even have the funding tab. I just, I got, yeah, actually, here we go. Fan funding. There we go. I do. It's not where I thought it was. So I could pop. I know it does my head in having to reset it all the time.
Since popping them out and doing it that way, I have solved the problem, so to speak, because I just don't have the live screen anymore. My live studio, I don't even use it, which is not at all.
Not what you, not ideally what you want when you're talking shop here, folks. When you do that, but before Gary gets here. It gives us, Morley, an opportunity to do some quick game stuff.
Yay.
Firstly, Blueprints. We had a fun stream yesterday. We did a speed run against each other. You ended up winning. It was close, though.
You could have won if you got the right rolls.
Yes. All I needed to do was just get a run to go into the the antechamber. And
up until I got the power hammer, it was going shit. I had made barely any progress other than the garage. It was just like, well, I got that.
Yeah, I had it all. I had the foundation and I had the fountain drained. I just needed to get the key. And if I managed to connect to the antechamber, I hadn't been able to open it. And if I was able to open the antechamber, I wasn't able to enter it. So yeah, I could have won like an hour or more before it ended. It was crazy, but that's good. That's the fun of it. So, my mistake with the power hammer didn't come back to bite me in the ass because I just couldn't get the key.
I was thinking maybe we could, once metal is ready, we can do a race with a 3-man.
Yes,
and maybe if we set it to do 2 races, and you get if you come first, you get 3 points. The second, 2 points.
2 points, yeah. Okay.
Third, 1 point, and then because it averages out then.
Yes, and because Gary said he's going to be about 15 minutes late, let's just talk about briefly. Oh, by the way, I've opened up the lift outside. I found all the flames, and I solved another picture. I solved the realize picture. Now, I'd like to say that I solved the realized picture because I'm brainy. And I do realize when chat was saying you were so close, I was actually so close because I said things like genuine, real, authentic. What have all these eyes got to do with it? All I really had to do is kind of, if I'd said real and then anyway.
It's trolling you, right? Because the first one is like think, the second one is ponder, the third one is realize. And you're just like, they're all
dude. Okay, you might have just given me a hint for the next one then. Okay, thank you. And the reason why I got it is because there is actually a thing that happens in the game, which I won't say because I don't know if Morley's done it. And it says which painting is not in the entranceway. And it names the names of all the paintings. So obviously I make a note, take a photo. And one of the paintings was realized, and that picture I couldn't see up on the thing. I could work out the others. So I went to the gallery. The next time I proc the gallery, I was like, oh, the painting name. And then, you just got a picture with all these eyes and you've got a name realize. So I sort of fluked that one. But I've also managed to work out, thanks to the classroom in the video game, if you look up around the banner of the classroom, the numbers, the number 8 is on its side, just like the infinite sign. So I think it's an infinite sign, but also representative of 8. So it's got something to do with 8. So you've got infinite, 8, skin, fin, sin, pin. So I said, I think it's got something to do with innate. But now that you've told me about maybe it's got something to do with thinking.
What I was trying to say is they're making fun of you. As in, like, when I was completing them, I was like, ha ha. Like, what do you do? What do you... Someone could have said to you about the eye one. You'd be like, what do you realize about this picture? And you'd be like, shut the fuck up. And,
yeah, fuck off you. Yeah.
All you have to do, like the first one is like, all you have to do was think. And you're like,
dude,
funny.
The second one, how many times did I say pee on red? Pee on red. And then...
spinning the red around is like, because even you say it's like at first, you're like, what? Why the fuck? And then you're like, oh, because the mirror did that.
Yeah. So, doing pretty well. However, I am burning runs at the minute because I'm simply trying to get the boiler room to connect to the pump room so I can completely...
The hump room?
The pump room so I can completely empty the reservoir.
Yeah, well, I actually said, because I've been talking about it with a couple people, I think the boiler room's mechanics are probably the weakest thing in the game for me. It's way too RNG-ish. It feels very little control. Like, I'm like you. I had like zero results for so long, and then finally it perfectly fit, and I was like, this isn't very satisfying, I just sort of got it.
And also you're being forced to make selections to keep the charge going.
Yeah, I think they're going to change that the more the game goes on. They'll probably have more than one source of power too, I could imagine. I think they thought, because you would have caught, like, there's an explanation of it in some note that's like, oh, it can spread through the entire house as long as you connect, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, nobody does this, man. The main reason is because you're never picking a room for any other reason than basically doors. And then secondarily, it's like, it's very rare that you'll be like, oh, but this one travels power. You're like, well, yeah, but Like, I don't want to die.
I've managed to get my allowance now to 53.
Mm-hmm.
So it's getting up there. What's the most money you've had on you in one run?
100 and... It was after I got those crowns, I assume.
Okay.
100
yesterday I had 215 because I just
Have
spent
you-
like an hour and a half in the casino.
Have you bought out the showroom?
No, I unfortunately when I had that I never had the showroom.
I
was unable to do that, which was frustrating. Oh, and I haven't found the third microchip, so I need to find the third microchip to go into there. I've got no ideas unless I'm just looking to smash pots. But I found some cool. I don't know if you've found certain things. I think you were talking about it when I jumped into a stream the other day. But I don't know if you'd done it. But
well,
oh yeah. Are you aware of the dead end thing?
the dead end thing.
The dead end challenge.
That doesn't sound familiar.
Okay. All right. No, I won't say anything then.
But to be fair, the last thing I did before I ended my stream was unlocking Mechanium treasure trove and something else.
You got the treasure trove. Okay, good. Yeah, I got the treasure trove. I'm on to like when I go into there, I'm picking up about 50 gold at the minute. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because I try and go in every time. Because every time you go in, it adds 5 gold every time that you go in. So your first run will be 5, your second run will be 10, your third run will be 15.
That's how that works?
Yes. So I always try to get the treasure trove down, and there's a chest in it which you have to unlock, but it imparts some information, and the chests are different. So, there's some good stuff.
All right.
So yeah, Blueprint's going well, loving it. Saw Mr. P play today. I watched him for a little bit while I was doing some stuff around the house, cleaning Belle's litter tray, which my God. Cat piss is the fucking worst thing in the world.
Oh no. Well, funny on that, by the way, I think because Metal is getting into it, he's already infected 2 of his friends with blueprints. So
nice.
That game.
Yeah, Mr. P was liking it. He started to fall under the thing, and also before Gary gets here, Oblivion remaster is not only legit, Mikey Gusler. Well done, sir. I wanted to believe, but you never know nowadays, do you? Not only is it legit, it's out. Bethesda did their announcement at 4 p.m. for the Oblivion remaster. Yes, it's real. We've been working with another studio. They've been basically rebuilding every asset, keeping it authentic to how it's positioned, but rebuilding every asset to update it, which is insane work. Redone the voice syncs, brought in some more voice actors so that each race has individual voices as opposed to the same voice reused over and over. Much improved lighting. They have merged a little bit of the Skyrim and Oblivion combat, so we'll see how that works. Yeah, it's done in Unreal 5, all done in Unreal 5. And then at the end of the announcement, they said, so we thought it'd be a bit cruel to announce this and then make you wait for it. So you can pick up the Oblivion remaster now. And it was there. It was there on Steam. Bang. So I'm currently installing it. And yes, chat, when this stream's over, I'll probably just take like 10, 15 minutes and I will be streaming it. And in fact, when Gary gets here, I'll let him start waffling about Doctor Who and I'll set up the room for the Oblivion stream and we can see what that's all about. Big Elder Scrolls fan, Morley? Not too bothered? Kind of? I don't know. Maybe.
Never got into it. So I'm sort of
I'm
just on the sidelines being like, yay, games.
So you're not to the degree that you'd like to try?
Never, from any clips I see, I've never just really been tempted to get into Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, or...
Wow.
That's the main ones, right?
Yeah, they're like the big 3, yeah. Daggerfall long before, and Arena way before, going into
Yeah,
the
it's just
mid-90s for that. So,
It goes just one I didn't come across really and never quite did.
have you tried? You've tried and just not.
No, I don't think I've ever actually tried playing them.
Well, I mean, I would say give it a punt. I'd say give it a punt.
The thing is, the list of things on that list, there's some other stuff, like including Mass Effect, which would probably take priority.
Sure.
I want to play that. And then, other, just other things. I just don't know how high up it would be.
Wow. I lost myself in Oblivion. I don't know how many. Hey, Rags. Literally, hi, Rags, because he's in the chat. I lost myself in Oblivion. I don't know how many hours I pumped in. I don't know how many hours combined I've pumped into Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. It's got to be ridiculous. It's got to just be thousands of hours. It's got to be. Yeah, absolutely. God, I remember the day that I got Oblivion because I bought my first ever Xbox 360. It was literally a console seller for me. I couldn't afford an Xbox 360. I simply didn't have the money to buy one, and I'd saved up and I had enough to eventually, for when Oblivion came out, purchase a system and Oblivion. So I remember that day very, very vividly. It was such an exciting day for me. Couldn't afford to get the special edition. I could only afford to get the the regular edition, but I so wanted that collector's edition because it came with like a coin and all, and I was a big sucker for all that kind of stuff. Maybe one day I'll get it for my collection, but that's a bit of a pricey one. But yeah, I just lost myself in that game. Whoo. And same with Morrowind. I remember just buying a second hand Xbox to be able to play Morrowind. And then Skyrim, I still remember. I don't remember the day that I bought Morrowind for the first time. I remember when I bought it for the fourth time or whatever, because in those days when money was at a premium, you would buy. I'd find myself buying a console and a game and then ended up having to sell it, to get some funds. And then if things went your way, you'd be able to buy it back. But Skyrim, yeah, I remember because I took the Friday off work, which is then leading on to the Saturday and Sunday. And then I booked the whole of the next week off. So I just got 10 days of pure Skyrim. I got up early. I walked to town for 8 a.m. because that's what time the shop was opening up early to fulfill the pre-orders. I ordered the collector's edition. Picked up my collector's edition of Skyrim on the Xbox 360 again. Went to the local coffee shop, sat down with a coffee and the box by my side, just sort of admiring it. And then about 8:30, I was walking back home with the box, and all the kids was walking to school. This is, of course, the 11th of the 11th, 2011. 11/11/11 was the release date. And I walked past this group of kids, and there's a group of lads, and one of them went, "Oh my God, that guy's got the collector's edition of Skyrim."
Wow.
And I felt like $1 million.
You felt like God.
I felt like God himself. Did actually.
Well.
Yeah, but if that was today, of course, they'd just get their knives out and knife me and take it.
With their collector's edition knife.
With their... their collector's edition shank that they'd got. And then Idris Elba would come out and say, "Stop selling butter knives." Stop
Destroy
it!
the UK.
Stop! If you want butter, just lick it off, and drop it on. Sounds very Idris Elba to me. But it was yeah. So I can't deny it. Hey Martino, I am very excited about trying the Elder Scrolls Oblivion 4 remaster. It is currently 53% installed, so it will be completed by time this stream ends.
Well.
So, what you up to there, Boo?
What am I up to? I mean, between editing and blueprints. Nope, that's it. that's my life. Obviously, I was keeping up with Last of Us to see when Joel dies. That's done, so I don't need to watch anymore now. And keep up with Mobland, which you should be watching. As the thing about it is, remember the thing with Gentleman that we found annoying, which was we really thought it was amazing, but we could. It's awkward to continue talking about it each week. You know, it's kind of like watch The Gentleman. It's all out. Go watch it. The next week's like, still watch it. You should still
watch it.
Meanwhile, this one episode per week, and the performances are really top notch. I'm loving how everything is evolving. There's lots of little bits of intrigue, mysteries, and there's lots of people who seem one way turning out to be a completely other way. And there was one scene in the newest episode where Pierce Brosnan's character in the first 3 episodes, I would say, he's a bit goofy in a good way. He's like a eccentric Irish farmer.
Okay.
Who's the boss of, essentially a crime family, but he can be quite funny, but at times you're like, oh shit, don't fuck around with him, that sort of thing. But in the newest episode, he was like, he gave, I think because me and Fring were watching, I was like, man, that was like the most sinister moment in the entire show. He did excellent as it, to the point where I was like, Pierce Brosnan should be in more stuff, man. Like he's really
great.
good actor.
Yes.
And but yeah. But it coming out weekly, if you were tracking it, it'd be fun to have a little chat weekly about it. Just saying. And then, of course, I've had to start my rewatch of Andor ahead of Andor coming out.
Is it out tomorrow?
I've heard people say today or tomorrow. I didn't check.
Okay.
But I assume it's soon.
Soon. It's imminent. I did see, and I don't want to be that guy, but I saw the official Star Wars account tweet out, critics are calling this the greatest Star Wars ever made. And I just wanted to stick an Oblivion Collector's Edition straight into...
Oh, no. The butter knife version?
Idris Elba Special Edition. And it just kind of makes you like, not knocking the show, right? Because I know you like it. I watched the first episode. I was bored off my tree. But I know that critically, it's got the best reaction critically.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
I get you.
Objectively speaking,
it's not going to be Empire.
You could say that Empire Strikes Back is one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yes, correct. One of the greatest films ever made.
So,
especially considering when it was released.
Exactly. And so to hear things like that, just like, I know that you're struggling as a franchise. But can we just get a little bit of a change of tone? Can we just get a little bit more real, please?
It is funny because that is precisely why they're focusing so hard on making sure because it's the only thing that people actually claim to like. Nobody's doing it with any of their other shit because like Skeleton Crew, it may as well not have happened. It's so disappeared from Then the Acolyte, I mean, it's cancelled, but the only thing people remember is it's the utter clown shit from them. Then it's like, what else I got? It's like Kenobi, often cited as the most insulting thing they did, and that's including with the sequels, which is fucking amazing that they would have that kind of rep. Like, what else is there? Book of Boba Fett.
Ahsoka was one of the worst things we'd all seen.
you might be inclined to say Mando, like season 1 more so, and it'd be like maybe,
I
but look how
loved it.
long ago that was now.
I loved that. Yeah, I know.
I guess it's just current
legit question.
You know, they're relying on it. It'd be like it's the most amazing thing because like what else do they have? You know,
I loved Mando season 1. I absolutely fucking loved it. And
did you watch 3?
I legitimately thought maybe they are thinking we got to turn this shit around, and no. That got kiboshed. Legit question. Regardless of how Andor goes down critically, and regardless of how well it goes down in terms of the audience reaction, what do you think the viewership figures are going to be, though?
Oh, I'd have to say not good. I can only imagine. Star Wars is arguably, I think, at its worst right now in terms of engagement. Surely, it'd have to be right.
Did you see the leaked Grogu and Mando and Greenfucker thing?
I saw a tweet that was relatively viral, just being like, "What the fuck happened? That this is where we're at? That we're oh boy,
it was terrible.
2019 was the last film, and the next one that's coming now is Mandalorian and Grogu. It's such a like what? How
it's
are
a
we
what
here?
The fuck title? And did you see the trailer though?
I didn't. I saw just one image.
Oh, okay. So the trailer is literally Mando easily infiltrating an AT-AT, killing everyone inside, and then blowing it up on the inside without any difficulty, barely an inconvenience, while Grogu tries to steal food and does a silly. And it's one of those scenes where all the soldiers literally wait. They literally wait for Mando to one by one take them out.
Of course.
It was fucking embarrassing. And I'm just thinking, and I talked about this on afternoon tea, but I was just like, remember that great scene in Empire where the rebels are just getting annihilated by these unstoppable AT-ATs crushing through their defenses, trying to get to the generator. They're throwing everything at it. They've got their cannons. They've got their snow speeders. They're not doing a dent on them. And then they have to really come up with some ingenuity to start taking them out. Luke's taken out. Dax dies.
Yeah.
All of this kind of stuff. And it's like such a tense moment as they're just buying time for some people to live. When a load of them know they're just dying here. This is their last hurrah. It's a great... Hoth is a crazy, amazing part of Empire. And then just seeing Mando lolcow his way through an AT-AT. And then the AT-AT commander shuts the doors on him and then kind of goes, whew. And you hear the audience go, ha, 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 ha. And I'm like, oh, I can't say what I was going to say. I'd get thrown off YouTube. But let's just say it involved very poor health and safety.
It involves the
fire.
It involved the collector's edition.
It involved an Idris Elba collector's edition of Skyrim.
Dude, that's one of the most, like, if you said that to someone, what the fuck are you talking about? We're not going to explain it.
It wasn't canned laughter. It was the audience who were watching, the fucking SEALs who were there. And if you like it, more power to you.
That's the Star Wars celebration audience, right? So that's going to be the sealiest of SEALs.
It was, and then Grogu tried to steal food. He tried to steal food from Sigourney Weaver, and she stopped him, and the audience went, ha, 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 ha. And then he used the Force to crush a robot, a little robot, because he's little Grogu. And then a wheel fell off the robot when he crushed it with the Force in it, and it rolled towards Grogu, and Grogu stepped out the way, and the audience went, ha, 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 because Grogu did a silly.
Oh my God. I saw a tweet that said, like, so see, despite all of that grifting hatred, despite all the things people tell you about the health of Star Wars, it's clear that the fan base is like more excited and more into it than ever. And I was just like, This is the worst example of that. These people paid to be there, to be
That's like
excited
saying,
by Star Wars news.
Auschwitz is really popular with the Jews. Look how many there are.
Well, obviously they're appealing to their actual like shouting, cheering, all that sort of stuff. But what I'm getting at is just like that audience,
Same logic.
the entire people there times by 10 wouldn't even be near enough to keep Star Wars afloat.
No, none of mine 10. Thousands.
It's just, yeah, the being like, oh, Star Wars is so healthy as a franchise. Like, it is at its worst right now for longevity as an IP. And they know that. We know they know that. That's why they've been panicking.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, Ahsoka shouldn't have got a season 2 based off its terrible ratings.
I was actually talking to a friend about this. Like, it's so funny how it's up in the air as to whether or not Acolyte or fucking even Andor or whatever have you is going to be getting more stuff. You have to think about numbers and who's available, all this other stuff. But Ahsoka, it's like notably shit. Filoni's like, well, yeah, that's getting season 2. It's like,
there's good news about Ahsoka. Oh, sorry, no, there's more good news about Mando and Grogu.
Oh boy, what is it?
One of the stars of the show, one of the stars of the films, somebody appearing in the film has been announced.
I have a feeling I know what you're about to say.
Please. Go on. Since we're in Blueprint's mindset and we're solving puzzles.
A character from the TV show Rebels will feature in this film.
Oh God, sir. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. You've given them way too much credit.
Okay.
It's Dave Filoni.
Wait, he's gonna be in it.
He will be reprising his character as X-Wing pilot.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, that's how you know it's gonna be good.
Somebody said Pedro, and actually, that isn't as facetious as you think it is. Because when I was watching the bit that they showed off in the trailer, I was just like, I think that's probably just the stuntman under that.
Oh yeah,
it's probably not even Pedro.
Face, it ain't him.
Yeah. So, Wade. Oh, don't play with our hearts like that.
Yeah.
Wade, remember when they tried to get us invested in Wade?
Wade was my favorite character. Why are you saying about that? Wade went on a huge journey from standing in the room to being in his. Was it like I don't even remember what ship it was where it blew up. It was really. It was a snow speeder, but it wasn't a snow speeder. It was a snow speeder, but this time it's a water speeder. Sure, we'll go with that. Yeah,
and he got killed by a crate.
We shouldn't have brought it up. All of chat is fucking crying now.
I know. I'm sorry. I know. There's some very upset people in chat with the loss of.
We never really got over it. Why don't they give him Wade his own TV show, prequel show, obviously?
I wanted the Wade Strikes Back.
Fuck yeah, dude! And I think he has a brother.
The Wade.
So you could have like two Wades, a twin brother. Think of that.
Wade and Spade. And then you discover that Wade was actually called Wade.
Oh, that changes everything.
Exactly.
Because when she said Wade, was she saying his first name or his surname?
Exactly. Was it the formal
God.
or the informal?
That's insane.
And then if it was the informal, greatest love story of all time.
Yeah, no. I mean, she's still out there fighting every day, I think. Or did she die? I don't remember.
I actually don't know who you're speaking about.
The one who said Wade.
Oh, no, you've lost me already.
There's some lady, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's not going to work. And it's not going to do it. What's it going to tell him even? To release Mandalorian and Grogu, it is not going to make the money they need it to. So what does that mean going forward for them? I have no idea.
Well, we don't know. This is just it. This is going to be a right litmus test, isn't it? Because what if it comes out the cinema and it does like 1.8 billion? We'd be all like,
oh my God. Can you imagine?
But what if it comes out and does 500-600 million? Then we'd be like, oh. So we don't even know. We know that it's going to be 7 fucking years between Star Wars films that are meant to be coming out once a year. Thank God they're not, though. But 7 years between the final cinematic movie and this film. It's called The Mandalorian Grogu. I don't think most people know who the fuck it is. I think they are going to go full. This is Pedro Pascal. You love Pedro.
I mean, he's even more famous now, so it wouldn't be surprising if they try to bank on that. But that's not going to say.
That's what I would do.
I don't
That
even
is
know.
all my marketing would be.
What the fuck is
Pedro
the story
Pascal
gonna
wearing
be?
Wellington boots and shorts.
Are they going to bring Gus back? Is he going to be the bad guy again?
Gus Fring?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck my ass. Get out of here.
Oh, hey, Gary.
He's not quite ready yet, actually. Okay. He's still set. He's growing, he's cutting his beard. No, I look, if they do, no. Do you know what I think it's going to be? I think Sigourney Weaver is going to turn out to be the bad guy.
Could be, yeah.
It's going to be a bait and switch. She's the one. She's selling plans. She's selling Star Killer plans.
That is so interesting. Everyone's going to make fan theories about who is Sigourney Weaver. Is Sigourney Weaver Snoke?
Is Sigourney Weaver? No, she's going to be Darth Plagueis.
Darth Grumbo. And that's going to change
Darth, dude, if I tell you what, if they do have a character called Schlurpo, I am buying every Star Wars toy in the world ever.
We would need to personally contact Hot Toys and be like, you need to make a Schlurpo.
Yeah.
Because it will make so much money.
Yes. And then we would show off our Schlurpo toys on stream.
Like, the only way it'll be viable is if we sell at least 1,000. And we're both like, we will buy 1,000 each.
And that is true. And that is true. We would. I would go to every loan shark imaginable with 200% interest got to be paid by Friday, so that I could afford 1,000 Schlurpos. Well, and then don't give them away. Literally get rid of all this shit here, fake shit, and just have a fucking 2 cabinets, 4 cabinets of just Schlurpos in different poses.
And then we have them all, but then they release like Schlurpo limited edition, and he has like Schlurpo coins.
Oh my god!
That light up. Whoa.
LED Schlurpos, Schlurpo LED base. The light goes above the Schlurpo.
And then Disney tried to make a TV show about him, and we're like, excuse me, we hold the rights. Okay?
We hold the right, yeah. We hold the rights. Here's our proof of us clowning around on an episode of Real BBC when Gary wasn't there.
And he arrives just to cut off our Flippo conversation. Can you believe it?
Dude, had to head that one off at the pass. What up?
Are you back home?
I'm fucking back home and nothing works, man. It's so
bound. Is that
goddamn
Steph's fault then?
No, I know. I don't know. I mean, I could blame her. I could
Blaming a woman.
Well, it would be a woman.
That's life.
We had a power surge or something while I was gone.
Yeah, you did.
I'm back at my soundboard. I got everything working except my Roku. And if you guys understand, that's my fucking job. It's just dead. It's just fucking dead. Won't turn on. I listened to some Indian guy try to explain to me how to unplug it and then hit the power button on with the remote without batteries in it. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm just going to fucking buy another one. I swear to God, that's on a video. He's all, you need to unplug the device. And then, okay, hear me out. You need to take the batteries out of the remote and hold the remote button for 30 seconds after holding the reset button for 30 seconds. And I'm the retard who did it. And this guy's probably just fucking trolling.
I mean, turn it off and turn it on fixes like 98% of technical problems.
It does.
We all know
listen, when you have a power surge and you have like a watt stack, right? Like it is good to unplug it for 5 minutes, plug it back in. Everything works great. It's no worries. I changed every cord, changed the HDMI, changed multiple batteries on the fucking remote. Thing's just fucking dead. And I looked at the price.
I could work out the other day. Nothing was working. Nothing. My Rode Podcaster was off. I leave it on. It was just completely dead. Everything was just like fucked. I couldn't get this up. I didn't realize that during the night we'd had a power cut.
Yeah.
We'd had a fucking power cut during the middle of the night when I was sleeping. And yeah, so I had to reset everything back up again, which was fun. But
Okay,
there again, power or not.
Can we do
all you need
first
is one-
world problems? I completely understand. Like, I know your pain because now I have to fucking reprogram my universal remote. See, that's the whole thing I'm trying to avoid. It's like the new Roku, it like relatively not that expensive. I can just buy another one and plug it in and sign in, and all my apps will be there. But it's just like, there's not even a brand name on my fucking universal remote. So I have to go into the settings and look at the fucking serial number and look it up on it. Like, ain't nobody got time for that.
You guys ever seen the videos of the scammers getting caught out by like YouTubers who reverse hack them and stuff? Gary, have you ever seen them?
Yes.
They are some of the funniest shit.
Yes.
And by talking about like being on the phone with people when they've got those voice changing technologies they have are amazing. Where it's like a guy talks, he's like, "Okay, today we're gonna be doing this." And then he turns it on, he's like, "Oh, hello,
I'm an old woman."
Oh, what do I do? And letting them get to all the steps up to giving him like $5,000 or whatever the fuck. If all she has to do, well, he in that case has to show the code, and then instead redeems it themselves. And the guy's like,
yes,
no!
and they go crazy. So now, do not fucking do it. Listen to me. Do not. Why would you do that? Why? Why would you?
It's
Can I answer the chat? So the chat doesn't think I'm a total retard. I can actually set up my own Atmos surround system perfectly fine. I am perfectly capable of doing it. I did not do this one because I was gone. My wife, my lovely, wonderful wife, had this set up for as a gift, but I didn't set it up. So like, I'm like, well, I don't know how. Wait, I sound like Ronald Reagan. Well, if I fuck up one thing, then I fuck up their system, not mine. So, yeah, that's part of the problem. I'm sure the remote learns itself. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm just so pissed right now.
You'll figure it out.
I
It'll
really
be great.
really just want all my shit to work when I come home. This happens all the time though. Like something's not working when I get back. I blame Steph. No, actually it's fucking Edward. She put all her Twilight shit in here and it fucks everything up.
He gayed all over your stuff.
Yeah, it happens.
Am I coming in okay to you guys?
Yeah. Coming through fine. Yeah.
Gary, have you kept up with Mobland?
Boobies.
I have not because I've been traveling. I did watch Doctor Who though.
Ew. Which one?
Oh, episode 2. Oh, okay. Well, let's start with Doctor Who because there's something really interesting about the ratings.
Is that the midnight one?
No. These are going to be the ratings now for episode 1. We're going on the episode 2 one in a minute and just laugh at that. But because, of course, we're now over the 7-day period, so the consolidated numbers are in, but they're not. But the +4 numbers are.
Okay.
And when you see the +4 numbers, it's going to be very, very bad news for the consolidated numbers. Put it that way. So the first episode brought in 2 million overnight, which was at that time the lowest overnight rating in Doctor Who's history. It's beaten that now because there's been 2 episodes. So it did 2.0 million, 2 million exactly. On Sunday, the consolidated numbers should have come out. They did not. On Monday, let's just say that it was, a little bit that. Did they come out? No. Had the consolidated numbers come out today? No. But the +4s have. Now, the thing about the +4s are they do not count as the final ratings because the +4s are people who have watched it through iPlayer and also repeat viewings in the same place. So we don't do that. So I'm going to show you what the +4s are. Now, bear in mind, hold on. Fucking people complain about the audio.
I just checked on my phone. It's fine. But for me to check again, one of us has to talk. So
Blah, 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 blah,
Sorry.
blah, 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 blah,
Hang on. Blah blah blah.
blah, blah,
Slurpo,
blah,
slurpo.
blah.
Seems to be coming
Blah,
through
blah.
fine. Seems to be coming through fine. So maybe you should reset your own settings. Normally the +4s tend to be around 300,000 higher than a consolidated. So this is the +4s for episode 1. 3.57 million.
Ooh.
Which means the consolidated are likely going to be around 3.3 million consolidated.
Remember to get some relativity in here. Why is that number shocking for people?
3.3 million. I mean, number one, it's a fucking fake number now because of digital.
They're counting streaming, right?
Yeah, they're still counting streaming.
That says streaming, so that's worldwide.
Yeah, that's wherever you can access
worldwide.
the episode.
That's not just the UK.
It's iPlayer, but there again, I've kind
They
of
have to be counting Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, but
No?
I guesstimate
Maybe?
that
I don't know.
Doctor Who's probably only got about 200,000 people watching on Disney Plus. Tops.
If that.
Wasn't it last week? We were at the point of all but like explicitly confirmed that they're cancelled, right? Like,
oh yeah.
we're on the
I mean,
doorstep.
dude, look at this. Look at that. From it didn't just lose like 100,000. And that would have been a laugh within itself because we would have been lolling that it was below 2 million. No, it lost 420,000 of the 2 million.
So
I was about to say,
is,
it's more impactful to just say the percentage, right? Which
Yeah, it's nearly 25%.
yeah,
it is because what's happening is there are people watching it on Disney Plus, right? In the UK, watching it on Disney Plus when it drops at 8 in, which does take away from the live view. But the problem is they have this primetime slot set for Doctor Who, and it has to bring in a certain amount of viewers for it to maintain that spot, or they could just put another show that more people will watch. Now, what does it matter? It's the fucking BBC. Everybody pays their license. They don't care about it. Yeah, they do. Of course they do. Of course they do. Otherwise, I mean, well, you do get shit now, but you wouldn't have got shit before. You would have got shit before. So like here, ultimately, the audience from last season has been halved. I mean, to sum it up, it's been halved. And Philip Morris, the guy, he's on Twitter. Give him a follow. He's the guy who found a lot of the old episodes that they were able to redo. Some of the audio. He found some of the archives. He fucking hates this shit. So I don't know if he's working with BBC much anymore. Yeah, he hates this shit. And he was talking about like, in this time slot, the show has to get like 4.5 million live viewers. It has to, and it's not. And then plus this episode, they made something canon, bro.
Oh, what the second episode?
The second episode.
Okay.
They can't believe they fucking did it.
Uh-huh.
A little hashtag. So let me give you
hashtag RIP Doctor Who.
Let me give you the story.
Uh-huh.
So this was around the Doctor Who Star Trek time, and Star Trek Discovery was really touting like positive ratings because of Parrot Analytics. So as you all probably know now, Parrot Analytics just judges interaction on the internet, doesn't do actual views, positive or negative. So when we were bitching about Star Trek and we were hashtagging Star Trek Discovery, it was going as a positive. And the same thing was going with Doctor Who. So I said, hey, let's just change it up. Say fucking something's dead, or how about RIP Doctor Who, RIP Star Trek. So we just did RIP Doctor Who, RIP Star Trek. That's all we did. Other people did STD is dead and fucking all this other shit too. Just to avoid the
awful acronym.
It's
the worst
so
ever.
apt, though. So apt.
So it made it in the fucking show. It made it in the show.
What was the context?
He they them doctor and resting cunt face get drawn into
and there goes the monetization.
There we go. Oh, I'm not British. I can't say it. Damn it. They get pulled into a fucking movie camera, right? And then they start going through the frames because they're trapped in celluloid. And the more they feel, the more three-dimensional they become. They start out as two-dimensional, and then they become three-dimensional. Then they break out. I'm doing this really fast. And they end up in TV, and they break their way through. And there's Doctor Who fans sitting on the couch, and it goes meta. So it's people watching the show. It's people. It's part of it though. But see, so this what the cartoon character they're fighting is the Lux. So it's one of it's like the celestial toy maker. It's a god. It's a god. It's a god of light. It's a harbinger. Which would have been really fun to explore with somebody who really fucking cared. I digress. So they're meeting Doctor Who fans, and of course there's a white girl and a I think an Asian dude, because
of course
we can't have like two of the same race. I mean,
No.
it doesn't even have to be white. It could just be like two of the same race dating each other at all. And then there's body positivity chick in a fucking wheelchair just to check the rest of the boxes in the fucking room.
Wait, does she have the rocket launcher?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
wow.
fuck that. Why would I want to watch if it doesn't?
I know, but
Come
she has a Sonic, and she's they're talking about the plot of the episode, and she goes, well, it's obvious at the end. You guys are getting so, and she references like, it's getting so obvious now. And she goes, hashtag RIP Doctor Who.
Wow. You know that,
yes, it's canon. It's so beautiful, dude.
that wheelchair thing, by the way, I made like a reference to it in a call with a couple of people, and all of them didn't believe me. None of them watched Doctor Who. They were like, she's not fire rockets out of a wheelchair. And I was like,
oh yeah,
you really do? And I was
Yeah,
just
she
like,
does.
this is going to be great because I've still got it on my hard drive and I can just show you. And I did. There was just silence in the call. I was like, that's Doctor Who.
That's Doctor Who. So
That is Doctor Who.
That was Russell T Davies' acknowledgement of that hashtag, which is fucking great, by the way. I think it's fucking awesome. And yes, it's dead.
I probably wouldn't want to risk referencing that myself if we were on the verge of putting Doctor Who in a fucking permanent grave. You can't really do a victory dance there, can you, Russell?
He doesn't. I think he has no shits to give.
Well,
'Cause
remember, David Tennant. Remember David Tennant when he came back and he was questioned about people who would be critical of the insertion of the ideology, you know, and he just went, "Oh, it's just a small group of nasty people, and they could just go away." And it's just like, none of you have any awareness at all. You now exist so much within your own world, your own bubble. You have no idea that you were talking about the vast majority of Doctor Who fans, because this isn't the cope, and it is a cope now. It's it's dividing the fan base, but the reality is it's not, because you're not dividing when fucking 75-80% on one side and 20's on the other. That's not a division.
That's not a divide.
I thought you were going to
No.
say they're not dividing because everyone's fucking left.
Everybody, that's it. I mean, it's what's left is what's always going to be. There's always going to be some people who watch just absolutely everything. You'll find that out on the internet. You'll go, how in the hell does anybody watch this? Because there's always going to be somebody. That's fine. But as is right, it's I think 80% is a little low. I think it's 90% of the audience has tuned out that would have shepherded people in, that would have been hardcore fans going, check out the show. It is so far gone. And, watching this entire episode on my fucking phone, because my Roku doesn't work. I'm not going to let that go. There was like a couple of little moments where Russell T Davies sounded like he was setting up to be old Russell T Davies. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So resting C face, see you next Tuesday face, says, he mentions they're in 1952 Miami and segregation. And she goes,
"Oh, of course.
Well, F these people," basically. I'm paraphrasing. She goes, "F these people." He goes, "Listen, honey, I've toppled worlds. And then sometimes I wait for the worlds to topple the other power structures. And I just sit back. It's just basically," he said, "that's the way it is. Like, deal with it." And I was like, that was pretty good response. That was really good. But then he sets up and like leans into it way more later. which sucks. And then the point where he's with the fans, he had a great opportunity to go, you're all fans, to like mend a fence, although nobody would have watched it. Nope, didn't do it. I mean, it felt like they were setting it up. But can I say, what can I say? Cunny eyes?
What?
So it's just as somebody said, just say cunny eyes, Gary. I'll just say cunt. I don't care. Does Az give a shit about my monetization? No, he doesn't.
I do.
No, you don't.
Not on FNT.
I have about a 20 Friday night types that say differently.
You got enough super chats, mate. You get plenty of super chats.
I have plenty. You and Ryan. You and fucking Ryan.
I will say though,
I am there for months.
I feel like British accents make cunt sound softer than American.
Oh my
ones.
God,
they do.
There's no hope now. No hope.
Honestly, when Australians and Brits say it, it's better. It is. I mean,
it like slips in, feels more natural. When Americans do it, you're like, oh shit, I must have pissed them off.
Yeah.
Like,
it's ugly. It's just ugly, but it's meant to be.
But it's part of our vocabulary, just average vocabulary.
Yeah.
Especially
but like
Australians.
There was opportunities there, which show that Russell probably still could have done something. Not with shoot, he got one, dude. The guy can like, he can't play it straight. As remember, we kept on saying,
we know that, mate.
Can he play it straight? There's no doubt that this guy's gay. Okay, he was born gay, which is fine. But and a lot of they bring up Rock Hudson in this episode.
Right.
Gay,
yes.
Totally gay. Died of AIDS, unfortunately.
Yeah, you wouldn't have known though.
You wouldn't have known. Could play, was an actor. Could do it. And that's part of the problem. The companion is terrible. She's utterly.
Was she
terrible.
just as bad this week as last week?
They try to make her she comes around a little bit, but she's just annoying. She's just simply annoying. But they really go into the segregation thing a lot, which I mean, they did that on purpose by going to 1952 Miami. Okay.
Yeah, so the Doctor knows what's coming in the next decade.
Yeah, he does.
So where
they
is
even mentioned they mentioned how sad it is
talking about look, you know what happened. You saw where this led.
Well, they mentioned Rock Hudson. They mentioned Rock Hudson dying of AIDS. They're like, it's so sad knowing what's going to happen to him. That's the one thing they bring up, not JFK or fucking anything else.
We're sad because he was gay, and because we're gay, that's the only thing we can empathize with. My God, they have no self-awareness. None, dude. No, this is all we care about. We just care about him because he's gay, because we're gay, and it's just superficial traits, which Rock Hudson could have been a cunt. I'll fucking say it now. For all we know. But to them, it doesn't matter because too soon. I know.
Well, he was marrying women, but the women knew. They were
look, in those times, he was a Hollywood leading man. He would have had, never mind so much to lose. The scandal of him being gay would have been.
And it was constantly being threatened. All the trade. But you watch LA Confidential, they all fucking knew, and they held it over these actors and made them do horrible things. Yes. Horrible things. That's why they all fucking got really high and drank a lot and looked 75 when they were 50 and died when they were 52.
Yeah.
They all had to give up their man card. Even if they were gay, they still had to do things they didn't want to do with people they didn't want to do it with. Right? Mm-hmm. A lot. Great place. Hey, Hollywood's supposed to be fun, guys. Comic books are supposed to be fun.
Hollywood.
Fun things. Games are supposed to be fun.
No, I simply posed the question. I can't support Az knowing his feelings on Rock Hudson.
Hey, Rock Hudson could have been how do you say it? A twat?
He could have been, yeah. He could have been this. Yeah. No, but the thing is, regardless of whether or not he was a wonderful guy or a piece of shit, the fact that the Doctor basically just says, because he's gay, I empathize.
I empathize because he died of AIDS.
Could you imagine AIDS? How funny it would be if there was a scene of respecting some guy we never heard of that they say because he was straight. We'd be like, what?
Yes, yeah. Dude,
might as well.
Playing the game of reverse. Garrett and I were at the conference. We're waiting to go back in, and we're watching some BET. It was great. It was Romeo Must Die. So we're watching all the Black Entertainment Television commercials, which I've never watched in my life. And they have a commercial for the award show, the 25th anniversary of the BET award show, and they're all, this is where we get to celebrate the greatness of us, the greatness of being black and our black. And I'm like, Garrett, what if we just made a commercial that was word for word that and just replaced it with white?
Yes.
And we have the White Entertainment Awards, the Wet Awards, and the greatness of us, and all of our accomplishments, and it just shows bridges and buildings and Western civilization,
rockets to the moon. You know,
to the moon.
Just look at them showing off. Oh, that's just such a white
Jesus
trait.
Christ! I was like, good damn! Listen to this ad.
Imagine you threw in fire as like a
Yeah.
The wheel.
the
Just put
wheel.
the wheel. Fucking
Oh,
roads,
shit.
aqueducts, you know, medicine.
The shoe.
I know.
Yeah, because if there's one way to fight racism, it's looks at notes with more racism.
I know, it's like celebrate the greatness of us. It's like, holy shit. Okay, stop. Okay,
It's
Double
It's a
racism.
melanin level. It's
Jesus.
Do you know
Speaking
what
of
they
Doctor
sound
Who,
like?
Doctor Who's black and gay. Did you know that?
Yes. It's the only thing that I know about him. It's the only trait that I know about him. And he cried. Did he cry? Did he cry?
Hang on.
Oh my god.
I don't think so.
Ooh.
Ooh.
We're getting a cry check in.
We got a cry-free
Re-
episode. I mean,
No.
like I watched it on
Remember,
my phone.
For every
He came
episode he
close.
doesn't cry, that has a dramatic effect on the ratio of crying to
He
not
came.
crying.
You might have had a
Yeah.
happy cry because there was like a mom united with their son.
Oh, no.
at the
People
end.
are saying he did. People
He
are
did
saying
when?
he did cry.
Well, I was watching it on my phone. How the
When
fuck?
did he
I couldn't
cry?
watch it on my Roku because it's broken. Roku.
Was
you
it when
saying
he
you lied
found
to
out
me,
Rock
Nat?
Hudson died of AIDS?
I didn't lie. I was uninformed, Mahler, because
He
I was
cried with
watching
the
it.
fans. He cried with the fans.
Oh, he did. You're right. You're right. Oh my God. I sit corrected. So the fans at the end realize that they're not real. They're just part of the thing being set up by the god. So they know that once he leaves, they're gonna die. And
Cease
like,
to exist, yeah.
so the whiplash of this show is they set up, they stop the show. A character, correct, Sam, I'm getting it, chat. A character will stop, give you his entire exposition, and they build up with this Murray Gold soundtrack that's supposed to be sad. Then they go, next thing. And then they do the same thing so the whole scene with the fans is like 2 minutes, and you're supposed to be like crying by the end of it. And the doctor is, you're right. You're right. I'm like, what the fuck was that? That is so out of left field in this episode. You'd have to watch it, which I know you won't.
Nope.
Was
Nope.
it out of the far left field?
You know what, guys? I think Russell T Davies hung out with Kurtzman a lot, and all the shows are structured like Star Trek Discovery shows now, which are set up saccharine scene.
Feelings in hallways.
Yeah, feelings in hallways. Set up saccharine scene. You need to have 2 or 3 of them. So somebody's crying, so you feel like you felt an emotion watching this.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yes.
It's the
Because
same
when you force
fucking thing.
something, you can't force emotion on somebody.
So, God damn, you were right, chat. You're always right. He cried this episode, Mahler, at the
Good.
fans,
No,
with the fans.
I was going to say that ratio is in danger for a second. As far as I know, there is one episode where he
One.
does not cry. Yeah.
There's one. Yeah.
Because he wasn't in it for 90% of it.
He couldn't fit it in at the end.
The fans
Yeah.
he kept on like trying to pull his episodes like, what's your favorite episode? And they're all blink, blink, blink. And they're all, what about, and then he kept on talking about his episodes. They're all, no, blink.
No. Well, so that's why I was going to ask, of course, because the Midnight sequel is it next? I know people have said there's a trailer for it. So
You want to watch that one together, Mahler?
I
need a friend to watch that
will
with?
If you want, I will. I do want to see that one. I want to know. What
I
they
will
do.
watch it with you. I am committing to watch it with you.
All right, let's do it.
Wow.
I'll be hot. Az, join us.
Join us, Az. Come on.
I'll just put something
It's
in
just
private
45
chat.
minutes, bro.
I'll just put it in private chat.
As this is different. It's the sequel to like the best, one of the best. I know.
You just call me a cunt. I don't know why he had to do that in private chat.
I ain't even finished typing.
Wow,
But I
that's
have-
a
but I
lot
have-
of
but I have
slurs,
put-
dude.
It's chat. I don't normally ask this. Please super chat and member and gift because this is dead. I've lost all fucking revenue on this video now because he can't stop saying cunt.
Wow, now who said it? You know how the robots work. As long as you don't, it's like 3
I can go.
within a minute.
Thanks. A little bit late.
It'd just be funny if you like, God, beep.
Okay. Yeah.
Cunt.
Okay. So, yeah, put that thing in private chat. So we'll see. We'll see.
I
We'll
will
see.
say, other than all the slurs, that's a fair reason. Yeah.
Yeah. Apart from all the N words in that, yeah, it's.
Yeah, I'm trying to
I
get through.
it.
I'm trying to get through the racial slurs right now.
Oh, is that before or after all the ethnic slurs? Is that before?
That's after. I was reminded. I was doing a coffee. I was doing a coffee ad read, and it was supposed to say, ethically.
Oh my god! If you said
I
ethnic
said-
cleansing? Did you say ethnic
Ethnically
cleansing?
cleansed.
Ethnic. I said ethnic. I did it. Yeah, it's out there. Ethnically cleansed coffee.
What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know. But all I know is I like it.
It was supposed to be like
It's
ethically
classically
grown. It's
chained.
supposed to be ethically grown or something like that.
Classically chained, ethnically cleansed coffee.
Oh shit!
Oh,
I don't know if I got credit for that ad read. I'll have to find out.
The sponsor's like, what?
Quartering's going to be gutted about that.
Oh, where was I?
Holy shit.
Speaking.
Oh
of
my
racial
God.
slurs.
So
It's okay.
somebody was just casually listening to that on Spotify or something. They're just like, wait, what?
It was a forbidden frontier, dude. It was like not like real BBC too.
They
So
are far right. They
had
are
guests
far
on.
right.
we had guests on. They were laughing their asses off.
Oh my
good.
God.
Oh.
Buy some of our ethnically cleansed coffee. Wait, what? What?
I think it was sourced or something. Yeah, it was ethnically sourced or some shit. And I said, God damn it.
Anywho, that
Anywho,
leads us to this week's overnight 1.58.
Yeah, it's not good.
What?
I would say that's
the
not
fuck?
good.
Dude, that's an immediate count. That's shut it all down.
It's hard to think if they had actually kept this going, we would enter into negative numbers eventually. It was so low.
They'll stop reporting. They will stop
it go
reporting.
Lower? Can it
No,
go lower?
they will
no,
stop
they can't.
reporting.
They can't stop reporting. They can't. They're not allowed to. Not allowed to. It's a BBC show.
Remember when we said it's going to get under 2 million?
Yeah, I didn't. I'll be honest with you.
I thought by
didn't even
episode
think
5 or something like that. Yeah.
I thought like 1.7 maybe might get down to about 1.7. And that would be about episode 6 or 7. And then this, which let's face it, from what I've seen online, didn't get a great reception. Is it now? Are they going to try and say, "Oh, well, it was Easter weekend," and you know that families are doing Easter egg hunts on Saturday night at 6:50 p.m., even though it got beaten by blankety fucking blank. We've got a show over here called Blankety Blank. It's a game show, right?
Oh, I thought you were joking.
No, it's
I
a
thought
game
you were giving
show.
me some random example of this.
No.
This could be beat by the show, the whatchamacallit show. No, it's actually called Blankety Blank.
It's called Blankety Blank, and this is a show which was made like 35 years ago or something, probably even longer. And it's one of these ones that kind of come back. You know, it's come back.
Of course.
We brought it back. The BBC have brought it back. Blankety fucking blank. Beat.
Now, if it was called
Doctor Who.
Blankety fucking Blank, I would watch
it. It's not. No. I might have editorialized with. It's called blankety fuck. It's called blankety fucking, and then there's no blank at the end.
Yeah, you gotta fuck someone.
I'd really
watch
that.
Otherwise, you.
Yeah, they blindfold somebody, put them in the room. They gotta fuck someone.
It's considered controversial for some reason.
Dude, that show's. I promise you, that show's already been pitched
By Russell T Davis. So when it's been about 50 odd years, blankety blank. Holy shit. So yeah, that beat Doctor Who. Plus, do you know what else beat Doctor Who in the ratings? I think it's the 10 o'clock news.
What?
The 10 o'clock news beat in the ratings as well.
To be fair, there were a lot of Skyrim Collector's Edition Oblivion issues, all right? So lots of reporting needed doing.
Lots of Idris Elba Skyrim Collector's Edition going on in London, probably. So yeah, it came third or fourth on the. I think it came fourth on the night. That is.
Well, they've been giving us. They've been giving us not so subtle hint after hint that the show could. Shows get paused.
Oh, they've been
shows
saying
get
that
paused.
Yeah,
it's normal, and then somebody will bring it back someday.
It feels though that era of choosing to pause Doctor Who as well ended, and now they're going to be forced to pause it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like there was a time where it's like it makes sense to pause it now. Like put it down, we'll think about it. Blah blah blah. But now it's like they've held on to it for so fucking long that they've got. It's not about choosing to pause the show. It's about no one will fund it. So
yes.
Well, there you go.
Well, I mean that was the big thing, though. You brought up the big thing, which was. How long ago was it? It was after the first season dropped, so it was last year. Remember when Russell T Davis was being interviewed, and he was like being all jovial. Yes, Doctor Who's back, and yes, we really hope that it's bringing. And then the guy said, what about future seasons? And he's just like, well, we've got the first two, so we're waiting. Disney waiting for the third season. Let's, and he's kind of doing that, wasn't he, at the camera? And that was a year ago. And that has now turned to, we haven't heard anything. And that's turned to,
I'm going off to do another show.
Yeah, would it be good? I think it's time to put it on hiatus. And maybe in a few years, other writers will write stuff. Yeah, I think it's done. I think they've already been probably told that it's done.
Waller was saying, I mean, I think the thesis of every person in the chat, every person here, what we've been talking about since Last Jedi days, some before that, is that we cared about this. That's why we were saying stuff. We actually liked it. We wanted it to continue. We wanted it to get better.
Yeah.
We'd love to watch more good Doctor Who or Star Trek or Star Wars. We would love that we'd love nothing more. But it seems that the fans care more about the legacy of this franchise than the people who actually own it, which is true. It's a fact. And they're just going to bleed it dry. And instead of leaving it healthy enough to maybe come back someday, it won't. It won't. It'll never. If it comes back, it'll be some radically different version. You're going to have to take a radically different approach because anything even slightly connected to this shit will not be, nobody will care. Nobody will care.
Well, unless they sell it.
No, it's going to go.
90s.
It's going to go. Listen, the Shadow used to be one of the most popular superheroes on Earth, or at least in the country, at least in this country. And Buck Rogers was popular, and Flash Gordon was popular. All these things were popular, and now they're not. You know, that's and like people still like them, but they've gone away into kind of obscurity. They're always in our memory and stuff, but there's no new versions coming out, and that's what's going to happen with these. These are they've lost, which is really bad for Doctor Who, because they captured a new generation and then they lost it.
I was going to say, like, what is the longest running icon / character that's kept alive? Because I was going to say it's something like Robin Hood, right? Or King Arthur, maybe.
Robin Hood, which they reference, by the way.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Beowulf is the first.
But did Robin Hood, now there's been so many versions of Robin Hood because it's such an old story, but did the original or the people who own the rights to Robin Hood go back in time and make Robin Hood a little black girl?
I'm assuming he's public domain.
He's public domain, which means you can do that now. But did the person who wrote...
Dude, there's an irony with public domain that it protects the IP, because once something becomes public domain, say, for example, Darth Vader, Star Wars and all that becomes public domain, it's like Disney can no longer like be the ones that decide what the story is. You know what I mean? Like technically, like there's nobody, like Winnie the Pooh is one of the newest ones, right? That got public domained, and it's already a serial killer, among other things. I guess what I'm saying is, like, I think that's kind of fascinating that technically anybody could ruin Robin Hood, which, by the way, they have. There are plenty of adaptations that are absolute shit, but it just doesn't seem to matter as much when everybody has access to it, you know?
They did a comic of Robin Hood as a female.
They did a show. You covered it. It was
that was slightly different perspectives on
but nobody thinks that's Robin Hood, right? So it's been around so long. But the longest running science fiction series of all time is Doctor Who. But it's Doctor Who.
I missed that.
That's what you're saying about the whole, like, generations come and go, icons, characters come and go and stuff. It's like Doctor Who did not have to go. It really didn't. And they did the hardest part, like you said, which was rebooting and moving into a new generation. They did all of that. That was the hard bit. The easier bit was to just keep telling good stories, but never mind.
But why tell good stories when your ideology dominates entertainment, government, education, corporation?
Well, don't forget retardation.
Everything.
Too.
Definitely retardation. They think Russell T Davies himself got it. Remember the Christmas special where Tennant bi-generates the gay doctor, Dr. 14, which was gay because he wanted to fuck Indian Isaac Newton.
Yep. Super accurate, by the way.
Sir, but yeah, of course, Isaac Newton, well-known Indian guy. And Russell T, he did his speech to UNIT, and my God, UNIT has never been such a well-placed word right now.
Have you noticed UNIT is unitless?
Oh yeah. But he said you always, the problem with is you always think you're human. You always think you're right, and we picked up on that immediately, saying, Russell, did you hear yourself? You are literally preaching, telling people. And the thing that you're saying is, you're the guys who think you're always right, says the guy who's preaching who always thinks he's right. And that's what the thing. They think that what they're doing is right.
Oh, that those whole specials were set up around the daughter, Rose.
Yes.
Wasn't there, Bo, you mentioned UNIT. I thought there was supposed to be a spin-off show about UNIT.
I thought they shot it.
I think it's still coming.
I think it's still coming. Yeah.
Fucking hell, that's gonna...
I don't know where it's gonna go.
I think it's... Remember,
I have no idea what channel.
Did you guys know that there was you guys know there was a Doctor Who web series? Remember the Doctor Who web series? It's very good.
With Richard E. Grant?
With Richard E. Grant as the Doctor.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. Like, that's where it'll be relegated to. Like, it'll be on the iPlayer app.
Oh.
But you can only watch it on your phone or some shit.
Well, the BBC recently brought back BBC 3. So there's the potential that it could get put onto onto BBC Three. Did you see this article, Gary? I look at you specifically for this one. No shade there, Morley.
Wow.
Have you seen this at all?
He's crying.
Doctor Who ratings crash again to all-time low in viewership.
This is true.
And then if we just kind of scroll down, we see a little chappy there.
Oh, hey. I can't believe that. Did you guys watch the episode?
Oh God, no.
Okay.
No.
So what makes this worse is it wasn't like, for one, the fucking, like, this is in the first episode and they go hard pretty quick, but it's not even a planet of incels. It's a
robots,
planet,
right?
It's a planet of the like they literally make an AI an incel. That, like, they try to mix both of their fears into one.
Mm-hmm.
And they make an AI an incel. Yes, they do. And she calls it Planet of the Incels just so she can say that.
But he doesn't even have the appendages to fornicate.
Well, I guess he's involuntary celibate because he cut his fucking lower half off. And by the way, he's essentially like disabled. Like, I guess it's okay to make a disabled person bad again.
Did he deliberately cut his bottom half off?
Yes.
Yeah.
He deliberately became part of the AI.
Why didn't he cut the other half off so he had a dick to fuck with?
He was gonna, because they were gonna have sex by merging or something like that. But yeah, yeah, dude, it's I mean, the thing is, the episodes are just bad. Oh, and that's the look on her face the entire episode, like she's like she's smelling dog shit on
like a bulldog licking piss off a thistle.
Wow, yeah.
Say that 10 times fast.
That's that face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
at that, 11K likes on that.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah. I bet they're having a right cry about that on Blue Sky.
Probably. Well, no, they're all coming back now. Mark Hamill came back.
Oh, he came. I saw.
He's back on Twitter.
Mark Hamill's came back to Twitter. And he said, and he actually referenced his mental fucking health for coming back on. I'm like, geez, you got to be fucked in the head if you're coming back on to Twitter because of your mental fucking health.
You know what help your mental health, Mark? Quit drinking.
Well, get off the internet, mate.
Yeah, and get off the internet.
Spend some time with the granddaughter.
Go to meetings.
Yeah, get a sponsor. Stop being a cunt.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
What?
Using your Kiwi privilege now.
I'm using this show's done privilege. That's what I'm using.
Yeah, Mark Hamill voiced a character in the Jesus movie, King of Kings.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
That is so bizarre.
That movie did really well, by the way.
It's made, well, it's budget of 5 million. The last time I saw it was on like 36 million worldwide.
Yeah.
And I think it's higher than that now. But yeah, it's made bank.
How's Snow White doing?
I've
been I've been driving for a couple days.
It's gone. It's gone.
We regret to inform you, Gary.
Have either of you guys seen Cinders yet? I'm going to see it tonight with the missus.
Cinder, what?
Sinners.
Oh no, I want to. I thought it said Cinders and Cinderella. I was like, are they just throwing them out now? No, I want to. Apparently, it looks good. Sounds good.
You know the story. You know that is the movie that killed Blade.
Oh,
that is the movie. Yes, folks, it is the movie that killed Blade. So Blade was going to take place in the 30s, and he was gonna. Remember, we kind of joked. We're like, hey, okay, it's on the nose. They're gonna lean into racism, but if they do vampire KKK, okay,
yeah,
Blade taking on the vampire KKK.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. That sounds fun.
Dude, I
not knowing what happens, and I do know that Ryan. I almost said Krigler. Ryan Coogler.
Bit Freudian, but okay.
Ryan Coogler, worked with Marvel for a bit. So he just took this and did it on his own.
I'm sorry, can I just... more than one group of black guys can kill vampires. We're okay with that, you know?
It is okay. No, I think it's stupid. I think it's utterly stupid, but this is the movie that killed Blade. Because Blade's canceled. It's done.
No, dude, look, let's just be fucking honest. The reason
It's
why
too hard.
Blade, it's because they couldn't get the intersectionality to work. That's why. That's why every fucking script that got thrown out we saw was Blade is subservient to groups of women. That was every fucking script.
So that's what my Marvel dude told me. Like, I would have never thought it, to be honest with you. It would have never crossed my mind that this movie from another studio killed Blade, but it did.
How does Disney blink? How do you blink with that much money, that much clout, that much
they become reactionary like Warner Brothers. They become super reactionary, and they don't it's an identity crisis, right? I think Daredevil proved that even if they want to turn things around, they can't. They're incapable. They just don't know how to, because they still have to put in the intersectionality of some kind. They feel like they still maybe we'll just do less of it. Maybe people will be okay with it. And it's like, no. Hi, Mahler.
As I've seen more of Alice in Borderland.
Oh, hold on. Before we go into that, let me just show you this. It's not even hit the Marvel's numbers. It's 194 million worldwide, and it's now down to 183 bucks at the weekend.
A theater.
Per theater.
Oh shit.
It's not gonna hit 200 million. It's probably gonna maybe go to 196, maybe. It's done. It's dead. It's done. Rachel Zegler's been dropped by Maybelline.
No.
And I believe she's also been fired from her agency.
Really?
What?
Yes.
No.
Whoa.
That's what I've heard.
Wow.
She's lost the Maybelline contract for sure. And I'm hearing that she's also been fired from her agency.
Oh.
I need a little bit more verification on that second one.
Well, I mean,
but that Maybelline one's like
10
10 million a year or something.
Oh,
so
shit.
Holy fuck. Yeah. That's a lot of do-re me.
Well, I mean, it's her fault.
Yes.
This is how you learn.
Because do you know what she is?
She's
she's weird.
You need that clip of the guy playing the Hall & Oates song. Dun, 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 dun. You're a cunt.
You're a cunt. Molly.
Hello.
How far are you in Alice in Borderland?
I think. So I just finished was it the Queen of Spades one? So the one where they have to play tag essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And season 2, you can tell they've definitely moved it. Season 1, it was like almost puzzles and mind games that involve smaller scale stuff, but the season 2 is loads of big games with many rules. Some of which, like the one in the shipment container area.
Yes.
I like how it played out and everything, but I think when that got introduced, I was like, bro, there's too many rules. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, you are kind of like paying attention,
It's like you have a tower, and you have a team, and you have to find items, you get points, and you get to distribute points at the beginning, and you can give more or less based on what you think, but can't distribute them again. And if you hold on to your tower, you get infinite points. If you touch someone,
but if you go to take
hold on
the
to your
tower,
I was like, what? And then and if you touch each other, you get 500 or whatever. I was like, okay. But yeah, it's been very enjoyable. I really liked the prison one. That was a very good idea. That would be interesting with any characters, I think. Just the Because of course the way it starts out first, everyone tells each other their size. Like, yeah, of course, yeah, that's all good.
Oh yes,
And
yeah.
then there's like a particularly aggressive guy, and then there's that other person's like, I'm pretty sure that guy's a jack of hearts. I don't think so, yeah. And then they kill him, and then they're all like, well, pretty sure you are for telling us to kill
Yes,
that
yeah,
guy.
it's what's that game? The game. There's a wonderful game that you get like I think it's 10 people. This is a real life game. You get like 10 people, and 2 of them are wolves.
Yeah, there's a werewolf, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, and the other 8 are villagers.
Mm-hmm.
And the plan is to either kill the werewolves. If you get both the werewolves and kill them, say, you're the werewolf, so we kill you. If you get that, villagers win.
Also,
and they find that invariably the werewolves tend to win the game.
Yeah, they statistically do win more. Have you played the version I played? Because this is all very confusing for me because I never played any of the variations of the game except one called Mafia. Does that sound familiar to you or anyone in chat? The way
Mafia Werewolf is better than Secret Hitler. Oh, wow.
Well, in any case, the one I played, which I kind of fucking love, by the way, Mafia was everyone gets a role. And so it is still split as 8-2, or it's a ratio of like 1-5 or something like that. And they're like mafia members, I think, in Mafia, and then you're all, just townspeople or something. But you all get a role of some kind, like the town butcher, the town detective, the town blah blah blah. And what each of these roles do is they provide some kind of power. So, for example, the detective has the ability to reveal the identity of a person per night just for themselves. So every night, because remember, the host has to basically take all the orders. So if the werewolves agree they want to kill, person X, Y, Z, then the host makes that happen. However, the detective can be like, I want to find out who Az is, for example. And if you're one of the werewolves, he now knows. But it's the way the game plays is so fucking good because in the following morning, if he simply says, like, I think Az is the werewolf, I'm the detective, and I know, everyone's like, are you? Or are you a fucking wolf? And then you'd obviously be like, well, I'm not the werewolf, so something's going on here. And it creates such great mind games. But you'll also have like the town, I don't know, fucking armorer, and if he can choose to spend the night with anybody, and if a wolf goes after them in that night, they'll be protected. And so in the morning, it'll just be no one died. And then someone could be like, well, I'm the armorer, and I protected, whoever, so I know that they're safe now. Stuff like that. There's loads of really clever interactions. I used to really enjoy playing it. It was a lot of fun. And I would have thought, considering in your sphere, you guys should, like, especially on FNT, because you got so many of you guys should consider playing something like that at some point, because you kind of need webcams for it.
Well, there is Among Us. Among Us is kind of like that, where you set in the video game sphere, where you set to work tasks, and 2 of you are saboteurs, and because you can potentially see somebody sabotaging, but if you do, you can run to the middle console, call everyone together and go them. But if you realize you've been rumbled, then you could roll in and go, I saw them do that, and try and bluff people. But obviously you'll give yourself away if they die, and he goes, no, they were not the saboteur.
There's variations of all of it, but it creates fucking great payoffs. Like, for example, Gary, like if you were the werewolf, you have to lie consistently throughout the whole thing, and then if someone finds information that proves it, or you get caught because someone was watching someone else the night and it reveals it, and you're just like, it's not me.
I didn't do it.
Well, I can draw on some past experience and I can roll with that forever. Believe me.
But yeah, I wouldn't compare this to any video game. Like, what I'm talking about is I don't know how you class it, because it's not a board game either. It's just a game with a bunch of webcams, and you need someone to DM, essentially. It's whatever.
I'm down. We did Among Us.
It would be fucking hilarious, honestly, if you got it right. And the thing is, I wouldn't be against organizing it, because someone's got to step out. You know what I mean?
Well, you would need to organize and herd the cats.
I don't have a cam, so it works out.
That's the only thing, is herding the cats of FNT.
Well, no, because I did. I want to say more than a decade ago, I used to do it online, and I had the fucking notes I had to take, because you basically got to DM everybody and find out what their action for the night is, and then cycle it all through. So, for example, like I said, if the werewolves try to kill somebody but they're protected, or that if they are killed, then everyone will know. There's also these interactions. And then the really cool thing is you can make your own roles. You can make shit up. Like, I think we came up with all kinds of wacky interactions because the game kind of can get boring once you've played it like 100 times. But, it could be a fun thing. And
Yes.
they're not that long because people die pretty quick. The werewolves always get, like I said, this is what I was mentioned. Statistically, the werewolves win. It's
I
tough
like
for the
it.
villagers to not just kill each other.
It'd be fun to do something fun.
I like fun.
I like fun. I just had a bunch of fun over the week. That week was crazy. Hail to the. Can I say something real quick, guys? Because I just got back.
Yeah.
We had a meetup in Vegas. Az will be at the next one. You are. Yeah, you're just going, dude. You're just fucking going. It was so much fun. We had 350 people RSVP. I think 150 extra people showed up.
Wow.
It was nuts, dude. Maybe 100. I don't know. I don't want to over exaggerate. But the fellowship bows to no one. You guys are brilliant. It was so much fun. It makes this real. It makes this job's fun anyway, but we're like talking to a camera. But when we put a name to the face, and I know I've said this before, it never gets old. This is my favorite part of the job, is meeting you guys and having a good time. I'm a little tore up right now because I'm old. I didn't drink or anything. I just stayed up past my bedtime a lot and did a lot of driving, but it was tons of fun. And then I went to a woo-woo conference with Graham Hancock after that. Got to hang out with a bunch of people. But the best part was meeting you guys. So thank you. I will give you a proper thank you on other streams. But I just want to acknowledge that I'm back and I had the time of my life. Can't wait to do it next year. We're doing it next year during CinemaCon. Yay. Not during WrestleMania. During Well, there won't be a WrestleMania. There won't be a WrestleMania there, but during CinemaCon next year. So go look at the CinemaCon dates if you want to reserve. We will be there next year. We've got the place we were at. We've also got other options that we're looking at. But thank you. Love you guys. Appreciate it, Az. Thank you.
No problem. I just actually want to give a big thank you to a wonderful person who clearly had the old streams still up, and they've emailed me all of the supers that were on that stream, so I can read them. I can read them in a bit. So yeah, massive thank you to that. I don't want to say their name in case it's their real name, so I'm just gonna.
You don't want to dox somebody?
No. That's weird, eh?
If I can just briefly indulge, because I checked the rules, because I couldn't remember any of the roles, but other ones include Vigilante, which is you get one bullet in one gun, and you at any time can choose to kill anyone. But obviously, if you wait too long, you'll die and you can't take your shot. So it's like a dramatic element where you can overnight just be like, "That's it, I killed Az." And you tell the GM
stop the vigilantes in this city that I love.
Oh, but, all right, Kingpin, calm down.
But some of the interactions I really like, you have a medium who can speak with the one dead player at night. So they choose, then they can have a back and forth about what information they may have had. And then you can have like a voodoo doctor who can bring one person back to life during the whole game.
That's racist.
It's just so fun, though, because of all the different interactions. There's also the mayor who, if he reveals himself as the mayor, he gets to have 3 votes.
It is Kingpin.
Yeah. No corruption here.
No corruption there at all.
Vigilantes are now illegal.
Gary,
we haven't talked about the Born Again finale. It was so fucking awful.
Oh, you two guys go ahead. You do that.
It was awful.
You're gonna eBay?
No, I'm setting up the Oblivion stream for later.
Okay. Well, I just learned I lost my editor for the rest of the year to Oblivion, so thanks, Oblivion.
Perry Chan.
Right.
Perry Chan.
We love Perry Chan. By the way, he did the screen grab of the retarded looking Rachel Zegler. That was his screen grab. That's like gone fucking nuclear. So credit to Perry Chan, king of the memes, lord of the memes,
undefeated.
Mahler, that was fucking terrible.
Yeah, there's like 4 different lines in the episode. There's some of the worst lines I've ever heard, but the one that took the cake for me for like clowniest line of all time is vigilantes are now illegal.
Yeah.
What? Like,
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
When were vigilantes legal?
even if someone was to say, "Oh, maybe in this world vigilantes are illegal," it's like vigilante means you're doing it illegally. That's
Yes.
what the point of the word is.
I mean, we're not even going to get into the fact that even in comic books, you have to explain how a mayor of a city has unilateral control to declare martial law. That needs to be explained a little bit because there's a whole state government, federal government. Yeah. And at least in the comic books, Mahler, the context of Kingpin becoming mayor it's ridiculous, but it's from Secret Empire, which was fucking terrible, where Cap's a Nazi. Hydra puts Manhattan in a dark dimension, so he helps the city while they're in this fucking dimension or whatever. So like he gets the goodwill of the people in a desperate situation, right?
Which could work.
Which could work in comic books, but when you're doing live action stuff, you really need to explain it better, or do something similar. And it was just, no, he fixed a pothole. He fixed a pothole.
Plot hole. You're right. No, an actual pothole. Oh my God.
He fixes a pothole and gets filmed doing it and says, I'm going to make New York great again, essentially. That's it.
Yes. He does that.
So I thought that was going somewhere.
And he puts a red cap on.
That was their explanation. Well, that was it.
Because you wouldn't know, but the final episode, he enforces, right, in New York City, keep in mind, an 8 p.m. curfew.
An 8 p.m. curfew.
He shuts off all of the power. They blame someone else for it or something, right? Even though that would have to, you can't get away with shutting off all of the power to the entire city without people knowing how that happened. But anyway, closes the tunnels and all roads in and out of the city. That's for the night, not permanently, but the curfew is permanent. Whatever council, right, they're going to be able to check and balance like political shit. They basically just announce in the course of a 2-minute scene, we have dirt on all of you. You'll do everything we say.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
In a dark room, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like
And he basically says, like, the task force will now run without warrants, without body cams, and they will have impunity. They can do anything. And it's just like
wow, this is a powerful mayor.
Yeah. More powerful than the president.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He declares martial law, which you can't actually do as a mayor.
No.
You can impose a curfew with the passing of the council because they
the most unpopular fucking mayor in history.
You're also dead after but well, they were doing that during COVID. But
8 p.m. curfew. I thought it would be ridiculous if they did a midnight curfew, but 8 p.m.
8 p.m. curfew, and then the next day everything's fine, and vigilantes are illegal. And my favorite part, Mahler, was at the end when they go full on their Daredevil's all resist. We need to resist, rebel.
This is the
and
city
rebuild.
Without fear. It's like,
and this is my army, and it's like
Cherry,
fucking 60-year-old female bartender and a couple of women
lady
cops.
who was basically in one episode.
Yeah, the detective Asian lady who almost fucking got all the hostages killed.
Oh man.
Do you like Punisher just being completely converted into meathead screaming man who goes blah, 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 and attacks people? That was cool. Thanks for that.
Thanks for fucking ruining Punisher. Thanks for ruining Vanessa. Thanks for ruining the Kingpin. Thanks for ruining Daredevil. Thanks for ruining Bullseye, making him a little cuck.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Bullseye. What kind of offer was it that she gave to Bullseye? I will get you out of prison if you murder a whole bunch of people and go back
temporarily.
To That's what I'm saying. What's the point? I don't know. He seems to be very mad about it, but he only uses a single shot from a sniper. You'd think it's Bullseye. He might, use a billion different things to kill as many people as he can to get to. Why didn't he shoot more than once?
Do you think Bullseye would care if he killed Daredevil?
No.
He wouldn't fucking give a shit.
Some say that those
I
two
heard
are
they went
enemies.
full ACAB though. They
ruined
went
Muse.
full ACAB again.
Yes, chat, you're right. They ruined Muse.
And the scene that they were fucking desperate to have, where Punisher says, "Police were in my icon," is bullshit. I thought they were going to make that somewhat meaningful, but he just says, "You're clowns.
You're clowns. You don't know my pain." And it's like,
which
what?
is not a Punisher line, not at all.
No.
He even says that's the shit he doesn't say. Which, by the way, that was the old team who did the.
In the earlier episode,
yeah,
he
but
says,
that was the
I don't
old
play
team,
the
not the
victim
new
shit.
team.
Yeah. And then he plays the victim shit
Exactly.
at the end.
I thought that was fascinating because, like, I think everyone's agreed the new team with the better, like, people to take care of the show. But now I'm not so sure because the only
I'm not so sure.
Like, the Punisher one that was, I think, good between him and Daredevil was in episode 4, which is the old team.
Yeah.
The new team scenes for Punisher sucked. He was a fucking idiot. Do you remember? It's like, oh, I've been sent here to ensure that I get you out of here alive. And it's like you didn't go to the hospital where Matt was and someone tried to assassinate him after he took a bullet for the mayor.
How about Karen Page
knew
fucking finding him in the middle of a city?
I don't know. And then
she had a script.
It's like Punisher's grand plan was, I'm going to just walk out of a doorway and start shooting people.
That was it.
I'm a real smart. Those people were like, isn't he supposed to be a tactician? It's like, no.
No.
He's just a fucking moron. That's it.
Oh, yeah, it ended really badly.
Also, really funny. The Daredevil does all of his daredeviling, and then it's like, by the way, he has been shot, like through the torso. And you're like, what? He has? You're like, yeah, by a sniper rifle. By the way, it's not a low caliber, but okay.
Nope. It was really bad.
Sounds great.
Yeah, well, can't wait to tune into season 2, huh?
Well, no, it just puts context on everything else. Like, you think all the Thunderbolts is gonna suck? It hopes are dashed of their big turnaround. They can't. They're incapable of doing it. I mean, look at the cast of Avengers Doomsday. Fucking Simu Liu. What do you think Sir Ian McKellen's going to be in half the movie? He's going to be in like 10 minutes and it'll just be his face CG'd on somebody else's body or AI'd on somebody else's body. It's like
might be in Simu.
They'll just be, in order to press the button, we need to save the world. There's a giant metal big thing in front of it. If only we had someone who could lift it. And he's like, I shall do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it Ian McKellen that cried because he had to act in front of the green screen?
Yeah, he had a little breakdown on The Hobbit. Yeah,
he's on the verge of, like he said, he doesn't even know how long he's got to live, so he's probably just happy to do jobs now, which I don't blame him for.
When it starts filming, he's going to be 86 and Patrick Stewart's going to be 85.
Well, and as it's not even just their ages. Obviously, Patrick Stewart, like I've always felt guilty watching him in anything these days, because I'm like, man, his
voice just sounds
frail.
Yeah, I saw I was just watching a couple of shorts today, and it had a short came on how the Illuminati defeated Doctor Strange. And it had Patrick Stewart in the great looking chair, by the way.
Yeah.
I wish they'd had that as a fucking hot toy. And then he's just like, oh,
well, dude, that's Picard.
Like, Picard season 3. It's all now.
I know, like he was able to. He's able to muster like an engage, but the rest of his he goes
engage.
Like the rest of it, he's all well. Save my son.
It's just and we know he's old chat, not trying to have a go. It's just when you've seen somebody so commanding, and then suddenly sounds so frail. It's like
Shatner, who's older than him, drank more than him, is not as in good a shape. Sounds fucking 20. Like sounds.
I was going to say this is why.
Yeah,
I was like, it's not just age, because I'm pretty sure Anthony Hopkins is 87 and he hasn't got that yet. He's probably gonna, because he's getting older. But that thing of you see him and you're like, oh man, oh no, oh geez. And again, love him. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. But Christopher Lee in The Hobbit, right? You're like, oh no.
Oh yeah, he did the best he could.
He was
But you can tell they were filming him in a chair somewhere else.
Green screens and and he had to do everything to just get those lines out because he was struggling really hard. And it's just like, yeah, it's a shame. But that's the thing. Clint Eastwood, he's still directing, and he's like $1 million.
Yeah, I watched his latest film. What was it called?
Juror number 2.
Was it?
No, yeah,
it's not a good film.
I didn't like it that much. No,
It's
I really
not
liked
a good
the
film,
idea
so-
behind it, but it just didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, it was like a mystery thriller that had taken a bunch of Ambien and fallen asleep.
Well, in any case, yeah, he's 94.
Unlike Hollywood.
But I can believe that McKellen. Have you guys seen anything from him in like the last 2 years or so?
No, he seems a little bit more kind of awake though than
Few years ago.
Then
No, he's
Stewart.
very spry.
I was going to say, I'm
very
pretty
spry.
sure he hasn't lost like his power.
No, no. There's been interviews with him. Guy's fucking sharp. Unlike Joe Biden, sharp as a tack. Ian McKellen.
Yes. I
Fucking
saw him
legend.
on- I
Don't you
think it
dare
was,
break him, Marvel. I'll never forgive you anyway.
I
But
think I saw him on or at least I just saw the interview on Graham Nolan's show, and he's razor
great.
sharp still. Yeah.
he's great. And yes, Anthony Hopkins is a recovering alcoholic, a legendary recovering alcoholic with a shit ton of sobriety, and a lot of people can learn a lot from that dude. Love him.
They're just
That's why he's my favorite living actor.
Well, there's just 3 actor examples that was like, I'm gonna be fucking depressed when all 3 of them.
Oh,
are gone.
dude, don't. And Jack, somebody in the chat, Jack Nicholson's 88th birthday.
88,
today.
and he's retired, and he's a testament to the human body because he's done a lot of fucking drugs.
Did I say Graham Nolan? Graham Norton. If I said Graham
The Graham Nolan show.
Graham Nolan's like, wait, what? When did I interview fucking Ian McKellen?
I don't recall that, but I'd love to.
Yeah. Call him up. So, yeah.
Who's
So he's 88 today.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Out of curiosity, what is everybody's favorite living and non-living actors? Not that you have to separate them out. If they're the same person, then whatever. Like if there's a difference.
Oh man, that's a toughie. Holy. There's
Clint
so
Eastwood.
many great actors.
Clint Eastwood's like my favorite overall, like just overall actor. But I think Anthony Hopkins, but Clint Eastwood, he has range, but Anthony Hopkins like is an actor with range, can do a lot of different things, and he's been in so much. So he is numero uno with me. But like, there's who I think is the best, and then my favorite, which is Clint Eastwood. Always will be.
I think, Michael Caine's right up there.
He's great.
He's
And
fantastic.
Sean Connery. And Peter Falk, if I could be so bold.
Oh,
as to
that's
take
great.
3.
Well, yeah. Who's your favorite dead one?
There were two dead and one alive. So
Okay.
I took a livey and 2 deadies.
Gary Oldman is a good, like, people are saying Gary Oldman in the chat. I'm not going to argue.
Example of the dead one. I was
He's
like,
alive, though. Okay, shifting for living actors. Gary Oldman, yes. Gary Oldman's not
amazing.
dead. Okay. Gary Oldman's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, Peter Sellers is another great one. Peter Ustinov is great as well.
Yeah. Harrison Ford, yeah, he's alive.
Jeremy
dead.
Brett as well. Jeremy Brett was
Alan
phenomenal.
Rickman.
Oh, yeah.
Alan Rickman. I miss that dude.
A lot of people would pick Daniel Day-Lewis as well.
I forget. There's a movie he was in that I completely forgot about that I recommend. It's about CBGBs.
Now go with me on this one. Some people might not go down with me on this path, but Rachel Zegler. But I think
Are we talking about most beneficial to a
Well, I was
channel?
going to say, I think we've spoken about enough dead actors today.
Because, like, yeah, Rachel Zegler surpassed Brie Larson and Simu Liu by parsecs.
On the dead actors front, unfortunately, Gene Hackman would be one of the top.
Oh,
Yep.
Love the French Connection films.
Oh, he's just
Robert
amazing in
Shaw.
everything, pretty much.
Yeah.
I was watching a bunch of scenes from Sir John Gielgud from fucking Arthur.
yes.
God damn, he's so good in that.
Laurence Olivier, he's got to
Laurence
be up
Olivier.
there as well. Fuck. I love Marathon Man. Marathon Man's such a good film.
That's a good movie.
Denzel's got to be up there with mine.
Yeah.
Fucking, he's just gold.
Robin Williams.
Oh.
Fisher King, dude. Oh, it's such a good movie.
Wow. There's a lot
But-
there.
Yeah, locking into number 1 for me would be Anthony Hopkins. I'm a little bit biased, which is fair. I'm allowed to be.
Why?
like,
Is he
Welsh.
Welsher?
Yeah,
Is he a Welsher?
he is a Welsher.
Yeah.
And it's just that it was also coincidentally that he was in a lot of movies that I loved anyway. And then
So-
because I watched Silence of the Lambs when I was young as fuck.
Is
and
Cardiff is in Wales?
Yes.
Cardiff is the capital.
Is that Welsh? No? Is that Waleser? Is that Wales people?
It's the capital of Wales, so it's like London to England. It's
Okay.
like Edinburgh to Scotland.
Think of the whale. It is the heart of the whale.
Okay.
It's the Moby Dick.
So that's where they filmed Doctor Who,
Yes.
is Cardiff.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I've walked around a couple of places they filmed it. It was kind of weird seeing it on TV.
I'm going to check it out when I go out there. I'm going to go.
Loud.
Nito
Out.
Burrito.
There's also a Cardiff by the Sea in San Diego, and all the street names are British cities.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how I know them.
But yeah, for anybody who hasn't seen Silence of the Lambs, go fucking watch it. There's a reason why it's famous.
Oh, it's a great film.
So good.
He's not in it for much, but every second counts.
Oh,
Like,
Yep.
he steals the film.
Yeah.
Just
And
steals
then-
the film. Yeah.
What do you think of Hannibal, Gary? As
Oh, the movie Hannibal?
yes, Ridley
Yeah,
Scott, right?
Yeah.
it's no Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
But it
Eh.
has its moments.
I remember being so disappointed by it when I was.
I think
watching
many were. I mean, Manhunter's better. That's got what's he
Michael
called?
Mann's Manhunter,
Um,
not the because they redid because Manhunter's based on what's the first book fucking called again? It's Dragons.
Red Dragon.
Red
Red Dragon,
Dragon.
yes.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
remade Red Dragon, right? But Manhunter's fucking awesome.
Brian Cox. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Cox. Yeah.
Brian Cox is
Yes.
dude. Yeah,
Hannibal.
Manhunter is the shit.
Yeah.
That's good. Good movie.
What do you think of Red Dragon?
I didn't.
I
And
can't.
it's-
I can't
I was.
remember.
It was supposed to be the best version, and I just kind of walked out of it going, I liked Manhunter better.
I
Yeah,
think
it has Ed
that's a
Norton.
fair conversation. There's just stuff I like in it, but you knew
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't
they had
terrible.
to have
Yeah.
Hopkins playing Hannibal, but like I think he'd aged out. It was
He'd
getting a bit
aged out.
awkward.
I think Mads Mikkelsen's got to go up there on the best actors
He
for
was
us as well.
he was excellent as Hannibal.
Yeah,
Yes, he
Mads
was.
Mikkelsen is incredible as Hannibal.
Yeah, he's another just
He's
fantastic.
compelling. He's hideous as a person in what he does, but the way his logic and everything, you kind of get seduced alongside it because you're so intrigued
Oh,
by
yeah.
the guy.
I love
so
watching him
well
perform,
done.
which is why it's so fucking annoying that he got Caecilius and then they had him do basically nothing.
Oh, dude, imagine if Brian Fuller was allowed to stay on Star Trek because he was the showrunner for Hannibal
Yeah.
and did the first season of American Gods and fucked off because he hated Neil Gaiman, I think. But
Well, he was going to do Discovery, wasn't he?
yeah, he was. So Kurtzman, screwed him out of because he was asking for a little bit too much money, which Kurtzman got anyway, which made no sense. But if Brian Fuller would have stayed and done Star Trek, by the way, Brian Fuller worked on Star Trek before. So, yeah, what could have been. But instead, we got Kurtzman, who stole the job from him, essentially. Robert Meyer Burnett's got the whole story on a live stream. Go watch it. It's crazy.
Because yeah, for anybody who hasn't seen the Hannibal show, whether or not the
Yeah.
performances convince you, the cinematography in that show is incredible.
It's a good show.
Oh,
It's
the
the
whole
kind that's
thing
actually
is-
kind of shocking in terms of just like, whoa, how is it this good? Like,
Yeah,
You
and
would
it's
have expected it.
disturbing. I mean,
Oh,
it's
very,
dis-
very
It's
disturbing, that show.
disturbing. It's yeah.
you
When
know
I
what, it's funny.
at the end, by the time I watched the first episode, by the end of the first episode, I was like, can I make it through this show? You know what I mean?
It's
It's kind of like, fuck.
At times, fucking absolutely disgusting. Because like the promise of Muse from what you described, Gary. It's like that.
Yeah.
That made me think immediately of Hannibal, the show. I was like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, art pieces out of corpses. Yeah,
Yes.
you get a lot of that in.
that would have
Hannibal.
that would have
yeah.
made Daredevil.
Oh,
If they
yeah.
would have done Muse
And it
right,
is graphic,
you would have
too.
had a new sorry to get off on this, but like that would have propelled Muse as to one of the best villains in the Marvel universe easily if they had just done him right. Oh well.
Well,
Dude, that was another fucking just horrific moment when she's like, Daredevil didn't save me, I saved me.
Oh,
She practically just stole a kill at the end. Like
She did.
Daredevil was dominating him.
So yeah, Brian Fuller. Imagine if he had gotten to do with Star Trek and like however you feel about Neil Gaiman. The first season of American Gods, pretty good. It's pretty good.
Well, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I don't. It's one of those awkward things of like, I mean, a lot of people thought Gaiman's writing was very, very good.
I mean, like, all right, I'm going to be objective here. I've never liked Sandman. I like the art. I think the art's spectacular. I thought that Sandman was a little girly. That's what I always said.
I was always into Preacher.
It's a little girly. I was a Preacher guy. Same here. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm a Preacher guy, but I like some of the concepts that Sandman introduces are done better elsewhere. I like Gaiman's Books of Magic. The first 4 that I think that's legitimately good. Like he can write. Yeah.
I like coincidentally just didn't. I think the only thing of his that I got anywhere near was Good Omens.
Good Omens.
It's fun. Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun. The book's better. The book is better than the show for sure. But and let's not get into the details because apparently there's a lot more out there. I just read a whole Substack on like other stuff, which we're just not going to get into.
Oh dear.
With Gaiman.
With Gaiman, yeah.
Oh.
But
Gaiman.
We'll go over it next week. Remind me to put a pin in this. We'll go over to the Substack next week because, and we're not going to go into details but we will go into one line that the lady wrote. This was somebody who was in Neil Gaiman's orbit, and she just straight up admits, she goes, "We knew all this, and we didn't say anything because what we needed from Neil."
What we needed
from Neil, which was
money?
No, clout, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they worshipped Neil. So when he acknowledged them, that gave them a currency. That like they're fucking social orbiters, you know, like that's all they did. And they worshiped Neil and they knew all this shit was going on the whole fucking time and didn't say anything because of what Neil can provide for them, which was access and legitimacy. And that's fucking Hollywood.
They did the same with Neil was their Netflix route as well in recent times.
Yeah, so they
Amazon and Netflix.
They absolutely looked away to all of the horror that was going on to other women so they can advance their career. I mean, this isn't surprising anybody in the chat or any of you guys, but she just straight and like to her credit, she's all, "Please don't judge me for this. I understand that it's wrong." Okay, that's great, but you understood it was wrong before, you know, and you didn't say anything. And now you're saying something and she says it. Well, now that other people have said it, I can say it now. It's like, whoa. And this guy was just using his power. Like, I know it's shocking, but somebody comes out and admits it. It doesn't make it okay. Doesn't make it okay. Yeah, I judge her too. I judge her pretty harshly, to be honest with you. You're free to do that, chat. And I am too. But we'll get context for that later.
They use this as currency to fucking to cancel people when it's consensual as well. So this is why stuff like this gets so fucking bogged down, is because of all the clout chasing fucking whores that want to suck some fucking clout out of the person. Then they run and cry a foul, and then something does happen, which is a foul. And then you just don't know where to separate the fact from the fiction and the embellishment from the truth.
I want to use the I can't remember the exact word she used. Like she needed to get it was more than acknowledgement, right? From like everything she did was just to get noticed, basically, by Neil Gaiman, which means looking the other way, being like it is crazy to read it.
Just completely off record and absolutely no correlation to what we're discussing. So Leslie Headland's Acolyte not going to get a season 2 at all. Oh well. Oh, that's definitely not somebody who looked away when they were the personal
YouTubers
assistant of Harvey Weinstein.
Cried out at once and then they were silenced.
So
no, you're right. And then she wrote a play about it.
No, it's just a coincidence, Gary. It's just a coincidence.
Just a coincidence.
It's just a coincidence.
Coincidence.
But
Coinky dinky.
Did Neil Gaiman like write stuff that people really loved? Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm.
In the 90s, particularly in the 90s, that's where he was
But here's
And
the difference. He got Joss Whedon, and Joss Whedon did not do what Neil Gaiman did.
No, and I've seen people say it's like, oh, is he as bad as Whedon?
It's like, no, he's worse. Whedon was a dick. He had TDS. He was a fucking dick. And that I acknowledge that. Gaiman, it certainly looks like it's a lot worse, and we'll see if charges get filed. Right? They're filing charges on Russell Brand. Let's see if they file charges on Neil Gaiman. I'm guessing no.
Oh, staying away from all this.
Innocent till proven guilty. Got to say that.
Absolutely innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get into some supers, and I'm actually going to go to my phone to start with. Thanks to that wonderful person.
Did you lose your? I can see him.
No.
Gary.
No, I set up the stream on YouTube by accident and not StreamYard.
Oh, you told me that. I totally forgot.
I know. It's okay. You're 56.
Just say you hate
I'm
it.
55. Okay.
505.
I'm not 50. I'll be 56 in 3 or 4 months.
Okay. Well,
Give me a break.
Best part of 56. Slack Attack with a $10 says, been rewatching the animated Justice League and it's great. Why has DC always been great with its animated shows and movies, but dropped the ball when it comes to live action?
I'm guessing people who work on the animated series care more.
Yeah. Also, with the animated stuff, you have to understand that a lot of it is actually taken from source material. Even if they, and it kind of annoys me because they don't actually make it anywhere near as good as the source material.
Like Flashpoint?
Wow, there's so many. Flashpoint, Harsh, Killing Joke, you name it. So if you
Dark Knight
haven't
Returns
read those,
Part 1 is good.
That's pretty good. The 2-part is pretty good actually. But most of them take elements from actual stuff, and Paul Dini is great, and Batman the Animated Series, that show wouldn't exist without Batman the Animated Series. So,
the
animation side has tended to be better, but they tend to lean more into comic element with that. Cretosis with a sorry, I've missed one. I'll go back to it though. 50 Canadian says, "Hail BBC. I try to go to Fan Expo in Toronto every year. Been hoping some Doctor Who actors such as Matt Smith would show up so I could get an autograph. A finger of the monkey's paw has curled, and they've announced Jodie Whittaker this year."
What?
Well,
they've announced Jodie Whittaker for the Fan Expo in Toronto to represent Doctor Who. Sorry about that, dude. Remington PRD with a $10 says, "I think the new Fantastic Four movie, Sue is going to defeat Galactus by punching him on the nuts like in Ghostbusters 2016. And what are your thoughts about the Johnny Somali case? I hope he burns. I hope he gets fucking locked
Johnny
in that
Storm?
prison. No, Johnny
He's
Somali.
the Human Torch. Oh,
Ramsey.
were we talking about Fantastic
Ishmael, whatever he's called.
Okay.
I hope
Female Silver Surfer's stupid.
Yeah. God, she looks
so fucking stupid, and it looks fucking terrible. What? I didn't hear your guys' thoughts.
Oh,
I thought the trailer looked absolutely shockingly bad.
I saw the image out of context first, almost like mentally vomited, and then thought, wait, maybe this is a horrible photo. Maybe this is in the middle of moving. Check out the trailer, and it's arguably worse because it's in higher def.
It's in higher def, and she smiles.
Don't you like the let's try and steal some imagery from fucking T2 coming out of the fire or what?
I didn't have time because my reaction video would have gone on the main channel if I had time. I was traveling, so I just threw something together quick.
I don't know. It did pretty fucking well, mate.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. You know what? I edited most of that. It's the first time I've edited in 3 years. So Garrett brought it home. Thank you. Garrett brought it home, but there's a scene where she's flying through the flames, and it's exactly from Rise of Silver Surfer. Like I could have put it's the exact same fucking thing.
Why did they take the payoff of Human Torch going after her and dragging him up to, like, it's exactly the same.
And stole that from Rise of the Silver Surfer, which looks better, by the way.
Well, first of all, yes, it absolutely does. But secondly, I was gonna ask you, is that from a comic? Is that why they're doing that, or do they just literally take it from the movie?
It is from a comic. It's kind of, yes. So they're lifting it from a comic, but it's not that exact scene, right?
Kritosis.
Silver Surfer chases the Human Torch chases Silver Surfer. He does. And Silver Surfer has taken people up, taken up to the atmosphere quite a bit. So
it's the dramatic pause you leave me with.
Blep. Blep.
That's all I'm going to talk right I'm sorry. I could go on. I was dying to talk to you guys about this. I was like, holy shit, that like they're going to fuck this up.
Yeah.
Oh, I am now legitimately concerned that this, when I say concerned trolling, obviously, because I this film is not looking good.
No.
Well, and look, Sue Storm is looking like total fucking girl boss in this as well. Oh man. I'd
have thought after Born Again that any hopes have crashed for the next few years. Gary mainly, of course.
Don't you think that Johnny looks like fucking oh god, what's his fucking Freddie Prinze Jr. from fucking Scooby-Doo?
A little bit. Because they dyed his I'm glad they dyed his hair blonde. I'm fine, dude. I'm fine with the 60s look. But listen, the female Silver Surfer is a fucking terrible idea. It's just a fucking terrible idea that's gonna ruin the whole movie. And then it starts like, oh, Pedro. I'm so fucking sick of Pedro. I can't even fucking look at him anymore. I'm so glad. Oh, he's dead now, by the way. He got his head bashed in again. Sorry, spoilers, everybody.
And they're going mad about it as well.
And everybody's upset. So
you reap what you fucking sow.
Yeah. So I was told, and I believe it now. Like, okay, the rumor was out there before from comicbook.com and other places. I don't know who started the rumor, but they were right that like this is going to be Sue's movie. She's going to be the leader.
Yes.
And it got confirmed by my Marvel guy who said, yes, this is definitely Sue's film, but but the way I see it, it's more of a Ripley thing. And I'm like, okay, I love you, bro, man. I've known the guy for years, but he also told me Daredevil would stick the landing and Doctor Strange mom would be good. So it's like we disagree on some stuff. But he said it's definitely Sue's movie for sure.
Did anyone end up liking Born Again that you know of? I was curious how many people fell off.
I think
I knew somebody who was really looking forward to it, and they had a lot of faith in it. And they have come out going, they fucking hated it. They thought episode 7 was good, but the rest of it was, to quote, fucking utter shit.
Episode 7, I can't remember what happens in that one.
That was the penultimate one.
Was that the Muse's End one, or is that a different episode? Does Heather shoot Muse in that episode?
I thought it was 8 that she
No, it can't. I don't think it can be, because Daredevil gets shot at the end of 8, which means the end of 7 would have to be Muse.
So 7 was the Muse episode, which that lost me. I was
going to say that Gary hated that one.
I fucking hated that one.
Kritosis with a saucer for 28 says, also, I work 12-hour shifts. Thank you for all of you, Real BBC, FNT, EFAP, geeks and gamers for helping the work days go past faster. Hey, no worries.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah, no problem.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for fucking off at work and listening to us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of weirdos.
Thanks, man.
Ben, I'll speak for myself. Ben Manageri with a $2 says, I know how to make Mauler upset. Arcane Season 2.
They did this on Open Bar too. Why would you torment me like that?
It's just mean.
Anonymous with a $10 says, hi, Morley.
Hello.
EFAP's been best with 3 hosts since it's not too many or too few. And you, Rags Fringy, are great together. Platoon
What about
doesn't
Platoon?
fit that dynamic and often talks in a dull way. Can we revert back?
Wow. That's honestly, I think the first time I've ever heard someone say.
I respectfully disagree.
Yes,
just
Platoon's great.
even if God himself said that was true, I'd be like, well, the audience are overwhelmingly happy about the new host. So I don't, if there was any information or evidence that would support that perspective, maybe it's worth considering. But I mean, he seems happy. We're very happy. The audience is very happy. So,
Yeah, that's fair. Horses for courses, dude. Not everyone's cup of tea. I personally think Platoon's fucking awesome.
4 people is nothing on a stream. What are you talking about? I said 4 people on a stream is nothing.
I was about to say,
you want to see Real B FNT? Yeah, you want to see FNT? Go for it, mate. Holy shit!
I mean, EFAPs, we've capped out at 10 before. We've done it. It happens.
Yep.
Especially the anniversaries, which is coming up again, by the way.
Oh, God, no way.
You have anniversaries like every fucking year. Jesus.
I know.
I missed. I was just so busy doing shit earlier this month. 13 years on YouTube earlier this month.
Oh shit.
Holy shit.
The 13th of April 2012 was when I released my first ever video on YouTube. 10th of April is when I set up the account. But 13th is the kind of anniversary that I have because that was the release of the first video. But yeah, so about 9
Happy
days
anniversary,
ago,
you cunt.
Thank you. Hold on, wait. I nearly got him.
Yep.
So yeah, 13 years on this month. So yeah, anniversary's just too busy this year. Peepo Sus with a $2 says, "Hey Gary, say the word roof, not the dog noise rough."
Roof.
Yeah, I'll take rough, mate.
Roof.
We tend to say rough up here.
I have a roof.
We tend
My
to
house.
say rough up here as well. That's a kind of Yorkshireism.
They're speaking alien to me. Roof supremacy. Roof.
The roof,
Anonymous
the roof,
again.
The roof is on fire. We don't
Okay.
need the water. Let this motherfucker burn.
Okay, that's nice.
Burn,
Anonymous with a
motherfucker.
$2
Burn.
We
says,
need
cool
roof.
idea. Mauler hosts every third week with rags. I think he's going back to his
hosting-
e-fapping.
What? Say that again.
Mauler hosts every third week with rags. He's got some ideas. I mean,
What? Every third week? People would fucking. I'm not allowed to leave, I don't think. I think people will be very angry with me. 3 weeks.
Mr. Pandaria Classic coming this year. Oh, God, dear. Are they going to wait another 14 months between content patches? Anyway, Taker610 with a $5 says, now that the show has killed Joel, I'm reminded of Mauler's long sigh of frustration after that part in the game. Also, it must have been the wind.
Well, yeah. I said to Drinker after watching it, like, it did kind of bring up a couple of my feelings in terms of just utter disgust and anger for choosing to write that. And being like, this is a good way to go. And I was like, you know what? I don't really want to do all of that again. I'd rather spend my time on other shit. So I've said, like, I don't want to watch any more of that show. It's not like the story was going to be fucking amazing adapting Last of Us Season 2 anyway. It's just that now what? It's going to be Dina and Ellie talking about stuff in Seattle for 10 hours. I'm all right. I think I'll...
This show's going to... I think it
dies. It dies now.
It utterly just fucking dies.
I mean, it's going to be broadly about Abby, too. And it's just like, what the fuck?
They're doing exactly what they tried to do in the game that failed miserably.
It's called a bait and switch.
I just don't...
It's called Neil Cuckman smelling his own farts, thinking that he's so talented that I can kill your favorite character and then you'll get to play her for half the game, a little bit over half the game. And by the end of it, you'll be like, oh, Abby's so wonderful. Oh, Neil, you're so clever. You made us empathize and love that. No, you fucking die, you stupid cunt.
She is so incredibly fucking annoying, and writers don't know that the audience will hate annoying characters more than they'll hate characters that blow up planets.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Because you can ship those ones.
Remember, Spike was like just evil. He was pure evil, but he's like the most popular character. It's like, how is that? It's like charismatic, funny.
Yes.
It's all you need.
You're not supposed to like Rorschach.
No, well,
but you do.
according to
You're not, but you do.
yeah.
You're not supposed to
Rorschach
like
did
Archie
nothing
Bunker.
wrong.
But
Rorschach
you did.
nothing wrong.
Yep.
Dawnbreaker with a $10 says, if they just had to replace Iron Man, they should have went with Harley Keener, the kid from Iron Man 3, instead of Wakanda Heart, someone we could learn to care about instead of Girl Boss. It still wouldn't work.
No, you recast Iron Man. You don't.
Yes.
You don't kill him.
This isn't a mantle. We had a huge discussion about this. They want these heroes to be mantles. They're not. People care about the character. They care about Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, Tony Stark, Peter Parker. They ain't mantles. You can put people in it and say it's a mantle, but those are usually storylines which are created to make you want the other one back. And
anybody
Mr.
who
Morton
makes this fucking argument, okay, name me the seminal run of Shuri in Black Panther, of Ironheart.
Wakanda Forever.
Just name me the seminal run that's a best-selling graphic novel that's taught in schools and talked about amongst comic fans for ages. Name me that seminal run, please. Waiting.
Kang Dynasty.
Hurry up, look it up on Wikipedia because you didn't actually fucking read it, you fucking posers.
In all
Fuck
fairness,
off. Name me the seminal Shala Ball female. It is the seminal Shala Ball fucking female Silver Surfer run. You're gonna look up. That's the end of Earth X.
Well,
And
Shuri
the one
is my
that's
favorite
planting up
superhero.
on fucking line is not Shala Ball. You dipshits. You fucking morons, man. Fuck off with this shit.
Fuck off.
You know what? Rhodey would have been the natural heir apparent to Tony for a little while. Is Rhodey. Absolutely. Terrence Howard, his crazy ass, should have played Rhodey because Don Cheadle fucking sucks.
He hasn't really had much material.
No.
Sometimes I wonder if they remember he's in the universe.
But then you recast. It's not going to be as good as Robert Downey Jr., but you recast the fucking character. That's what you do.
Yes. Piston with a €2 says, who would you put in charge of Planet of the Incels?
Organized chaos.
Man, that's it. I was going to say somebody else, but you're like, nope, that's it.
I'd put Kanye.
Why'd you say that, Mahler? What do you mean by that, Mahler?
Why do I sound like a rat fucking a
Why do I sound like a fucking Muppet that got raped in prison? What do you mean?
Still doing, I don't know. Still doing like 1,000 people a video. Less than. Dawnbreaker with a $2 says, let's
Tyrone
go.
Is taking care of his
Oblivion
kids.
is out, baby.
That was my
Yes,
favorite.
and I have heard already. I've seen Kalios super chat, but I have heard that they have removed male and female and replaced it with body type 1 and body type 2.
What? In what?
In the character creation for Oblivion. And Piston with a €2 says, Nurse Watt will put Disprue in a mental hospital.
Oh, he's still gonna cover all of it, I'm guessing.
He's done his reviews out for episode 2. I'd love to watch it, but at the same time, I don't give two shits.
Well, Disparu
about
said
Doctor
like
Who.
he'll only continue watching stuff if it's entertaining to him in a bad way. I'm assuming it still is.
It must be,
Yeah.
because his video is like the same length as the show. But I think he does reference, he does tend to reference a lot of material out of the.
Well, Mahler
the
makes his videos longer than the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, if Disparu's having fun with it, you fucking go, because they do well. They do well. So most people are more interested in going to Disparu to get the entertainment than they would Doctor Who to get the entertainment. So why not?
Well, more people are watching his videos than the actual show.
Exactly. Hunter Dorvarak with a $10 says, Hail. Hope you guys had a great Easter weekend. Spent mine watching 10 Commandments and Ben-Hur. Watching Charlton Heston is proof Hollywood cannot produce jacked stars or make anything epic anymore. I mean, those epics have gone.
Well,
I'd say
masculinity is dead in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Gladiator 2 was an epic film, as
I would say
Epically
Gladiator or Troy were the last big epics. Probably more Gladiator than Troy, but I would say those were the last of the big epics that people
think about it.
gave a shit.
Yeah.
Dawnbreaker with the $5 says, Gary, you got to play Oblivion. My man, join us in the adventure of the Elder Scrolls. One of us. One of us. There's horses that you can ride backwards off cliffs.
No, can I set them on fire?
Probably.
probably, yeah.
Kenneth LaRock has been a member for 24 months. Chris B's been a member for 2 months. Cheers, Az and Real BBC. Cheers to you too. Scottish Nerd's been a member for 49 months. Thank you. Chris B with the $5 is Oblivion remaster. Do we think they fixed the annoying level / level scaling system? They said that they did. In the video that they released to announce the release of it, they actually said we have fixed the level scaling. So they said they have actually fixed that in this remake. Monty 1964 with the £5 says Oblivion Remastered is out now. I cannot believe this. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on.
What? Why?
So I can fucking see. Fox Wolf with the $2 says turns out Kanye really is into fish sticks. I helped you with that super chat, dude, just for you. Yeah, so writing a song about sucking your cousin off is it's a bold move, Cotton. Considering they were 6 and you were 14.
I just remember Dodgeball, but it's like he puts the blindfold on and Jason Bateman just goes, he will not be able to see very well with that. like, yes.
I mean, that was a weird thing. That was some weird lyrics to. But sucking his cousin off don't make him gay. According to the lyric. And moving on.
What?
You need to read the lyrics of the song, dude. You need to read his cousin is in prison for life because he murdered a woman. Maybe another. He's serving, I think, 2 life sentences or something. And this song,
I drive for an entire day and stay off the internet. What the fuck did I miss? What are you talking about?
He writes a song about how him and his cousin, he would show his cousin porn, and they would suck each other off watching it. And I'm not even joking.
There's days I'm grateful I stay off the internet.
I'm not even joking. Next super, you're gonna have to look, dude. You're gonna have to
I ain't
fucking
looking shit up. I'll take
research.
your word for it. Move on.
Yeah.
Homeboy's messed up. He gave up his man card.
Homeboy very messed up.
Homeboy's messed up.
Homeboy need to fucking diddy the fuck off. Terry Masters with a $2 says, Gary, thoughts on the 90s DD armor design? I like it.
I like it too. I like it. Yes.
The black. Yeah.
Yes.
The black one's cool.
Yeah,
Very
cool. Very cool.
That is coming in season 2 of Daredevil, and it has the huge red DD on it, and it looks good. I mean, at least it looks good. It'll make a good hot toy, dude.
Do you want? Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know.
No, say it.
Yeah.
I'm just so cynical about it. Like, they only did it because they're like, well, hopefully this will work. Like, oh, how convenient that all those photos leaked out.
Oh, leaked.
And it's just
nothing leaks, dude. It's all done.
No, yeah. Well, so like I had said, some of them are very professional looking. It's just like, oh yeah, they're very candid. Trust us. But I don't know. They know the ratings are in the fucking hole, and they're like, what do we do? It's like, well, we're gonna need more things that people recognize and appreciate. That
no.
From the comics.
They were recording this before this season came out.
They were recording it during it too.
During, at least at the very least during. So most likely they were recording studio stuff beforehand. Yeah.
They would have known, and they must have had that conversation. I'm sure they've had the conversation. If season 2 doesn't get more, which it very likely will get less,
it will get less.
Then they'll get cancelled. Like, why the fuck would they get a season 3 if they're getting less views than the fucking Acolyte? What an unbelievable fate for Netflix Daredevil. Technically, obviously, you can just chop it off and ignore it, but still,
can't Procker Nielsen. He cannot proc a Nielsen.
No, and we're gonna find out soon with the 5 and 6 episode one, which I don't think will hit because of if the first 2 episodes, just out of curiosity factor, that was the most people who were gonna watch it, and you're in apathy territory. This is apathy. This is it. This is what we warned about for years. Like, people raging about stuff is still caring, and then they're just gonna go, okay, fuck you, fine, bye.
And the fact that there's no setup for Foggy coming back by the end of this season. So the season 2 is just going to open for those without meta knowledge with being like, Foggy didn't die. Like,
Foggy.
Oh, really?
It'll show that scene again, and then it'll show.
They didn't even
like
properly
what happened
set
in
it
that
up. They
period of
set
time.
it up and then like didn't follow through in the final episode. You think they would have left a kernel of like Foggy still out there, but no.
Well, and
Somehow
it's gonna be what
Foggy
has
returned.
said, some bullshit flashback where he injects something right before going outside, and it'll be the kind of shit that'll be like, so how did Matt know about that? I really hate how much they did this.
Matt would know because he'd be able to hear the
that's what I'm
heartbeat. The
saying.
whole thing was him hearing the heartbeat.
Yes.
Do you remember, Gary? Matt is in Muse's lair, and he's rubbing his hands all over fucking evidence for first of all, without gloves, the moron. And then secondly, some guy, Powell, I think his name is, he walks into the room, and Daredevil doesn't realize he's coming until he's 2 meters away. I was like,
Yeah.
how?
So
It's
he
like one of the earliest episodes in the Netflix one where he says, "I can hear someone has entered the building."
Yes, dude. He can tell what fucking aftershave they have on. Then they're floors away, as they're walking up to the night nurse's apartment. So, and his senses are so good that he can like feel art and see it, like, but he can't sense a dude, like you just said, 2 feet away. And that's when I'm like, all right,
Hey. It's so crap.
maybe they're doing the Muse thing right, but no, they didn't. So
It wasn't even Muse, it was just that guy.
oh yeah, you're right. It was it was
Punisher
fucking
jump scares him.
retarded.
And it's
Yes.
like, how the fuck can Punisher jump scare him? He's not a ninja. Punisher's Frank Castle. He can't stop his heartbeat. What?
Frank Castle's a bull in a china shop most of the time, so like, and doesn't give a shit. That's the whole point. But he can be
When they first meet in
sneaky, but
episode 4,
not-
Daredevil can't seem to figure out where he is, and then he's like 2 meters in front of him and just goes brah, and the Devil's like, whoa! Just how the. Obviously, it's for the audience, right? It's supposed to make us go like, ooh, excited. We're just constantly ignoring and forgetting. Also, thank fuck the police brand their bullets.
Yeah, that's convenient.
Stupid shit.
Why would you do that?
Well, because you see, they brand it with the Punisher logo,
Right.
and so
And you
that
think
leads
that would be to
Matt-
frame
So that would become
And you would
evidence.
think that would-
lead them.
Yeah, you think that would be to frame the Punisher? No, it was to like this is
No, this is to frame us
this is to frame us.
because
We're
we're
a super
fucking
secret
retarded.
organization with
Yeah.
badges. Oh wait, okay.
That
Sorry.
scene with Frank and the police was bad enough on its own in terms of like him saying clown, 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 clown. They're supposed to idolize him, and they had no questions of interest for him. Like, what what inspired you? Why do you think that we can't follow you? And then of course they knew nothing about why he did anything. I was just like, God, this is so meaningless. It's just they just tossed it in. It's like, don't use my icon.
They wanted to
clown.
somehow use the controversy, right? So they made it meta, and it's fucking terrible.
Okay, moving on.
As you'll never
Moving on.
understand our trauma.
I know because I won't watch it. I watched 2 episodes and it was fucking dog shit.
Hey Gary, did you like it?
So I just wanted to maintain as much of my Netflix Daredevil as possible without having it eroded by this shite because Disney are fucking dog shit.
Hang on.
One more thing. Okay? Kingpin talking about being made uncomfortable by Adam's sexy hands.
Okay, I'm moving on.
Oh.
Scott Duncan with the $5 says, you boys downloading Oblivion right now? Because you can be downloading Oblivion right now. Looks good. I have, it's ready after this stream. I'm going straight on to do Oblivion.
Can I ask Mahler a quick question that
Sure.
he can give a quick answer for?
Fuck.
Quick answer, yes.
Did you see Mobland episode 4 and do you still like it?
Yes.
Okay.
Episode
I'm
4 is my favorite Pierce Brosnan scene, isn't it?
Okay, I'm catching up tonight, Mahler. I promise.
Go. And then
I'm going to
talk
catch up tonight. I'm going to watch a lot of stuff
told
once I get my fucking Roku working again.
Can we get Az on it so we can talk about it weekly or no?
Yeah, Az, start watching Mobland, for fuck's sake. It's good.
Why am I catching fucking strays?
Because
I already just explained it to you.
It's not strays. Is it
I
a
told him-
stray when we want to enjoy something with
As
you?
much-
Is that a stray?
The gentleman is still
referencing my private chat from earlier.
Where you called me a cunt and an N-word.
Right, that
and
one.
a Jew for
That
some
one.
reason. Why
That
did you
one.
do that?
And why did you put hashtag queers for Palestine at the end?
Yeah, like that was weird.
Where could I get it?
What do you mean where?
Put it in private chat.
I'll tell you where you can put it.
Just whatever.
Yes.
Anyway, moving on.
There's your answer, you fuck. And I didn't even put that many slurs in.
There, Kara says right
Okay,
there,
okay,
Paramount
all right.
Plus.
Well, Morley, you know what to do.
Okay.
We
Right.
we can hook you up.
Moving on.
No.
No.
Daily
I wanted to
Dose
explain
with $2 says Andor Season 2
Talk
is
about Daredevil some
today.
more.
No.
Shadow
strikes
Saiyan
again.
737 with a $10 says, has Oblivion been remade for a modern audience? Well, I have been told, I have seen that they have removed male and female and replaced it with body type 1 and body type 2. Because no matter how much goodwill a company does, it can't help itself. Mikey Gosler with a $10. Told you that Oblivion was shadow dropping this week. As for being correct, you must come to Columbus, Ohio, December the 5th, December the 7th for GalaxyCon. Bring Mauler and Drinker with you too.
Oh, I guess he
Wow.
doesn't want me to go. All right.
Yeah,
fine.
fuck Gary. Base, Mikey, I like you even more. Ed Song with a $10 says, as what was, I guess that's meant to be, what was your opinion on South of Midget? I heard Asmund Jones said it was an okay gam.
Asmund
Never
Jones.
South
he's
of Midget?
called him Asmund Jones. I'm just reading it verbatim now. Never got your sax hour ream on it. It was boring. It was repetitive. The dialogue was utterly abysmal. The story was weak as fucking a wet paper bag. And yeah, it's not a good game. The combat mechanics were terrible. Just repetitive drone of a game that never grabbed me in any capacity.
That shot.
And I did go in as open-minded as I possibly could, but not a good game in the slightest. Jay Locke with a $5 says, every now and then I go back to the clip of U3 and Ripper about Ms. Marvel and her nega bands. So she's always been a classic BBC Rees. Yeah, Eric recently reposted that. And it was it got a lot of love that on the internet. That
could be if fans voted for best moment on Real BBC. That could be it.
It has to.
Yeah, I think me ripping the head off Grogu has to be up there as well.
That's pretty good.
I'll be up there. Gary turning up on time would be up there. Heartbreak Ridge.
Wow.
After all the slurs, you
Talk
put
about
that on
fucking
too.
strays. Yeah.
That's not a stray. That's just a regular bullet.
Dude,
Well,
that's a fucking fact.
That
It's not a
proves I'm not.
stray.
I can't be a white supremacist because I'm never on time.
That's why you never get. I got put in a video, somebody's video recently about the rise of fucking far right fascism in Germany or something, and it had and he was referencing the rise of the far right in video games, and I was there going, fucking gender ambiguity.
Yep.
And I'm just like,
That's practically
Okay.
saying Sieg Heil. I mean,
I know. No, I just like the way that they come at it from that perspective, which means that they're always looking at it not objectively, but they're always looking at it as in we're taking it from the perspective of the far left being right, far left being right constantly.
well, everybody celebrates 420. It's fucking Hitler's birthday.
I know. Yeah, no, Gary, that's not what. No, anyway, never mind.
Why is everybody celebrating Hitler's birthday? I don't understand.
Heartbreak Ridge. When I think, dude, I've got enough yellow on this video without going fucking red. Heartbreak Ridge with a $5 says Bethesda did a stream with voice actor Wes Johnson, Shagarath, and so many other characters after the reveal, which was a treat. Give it a listen. I probably will when I'm drifting off tonight. Dragonite's Glare with a $20 says been watching Doctor Who on the 11th Doctor and got to River Song reveal. It's kind of iffy on a girl boss start, but she's grown into a decent character. What was all of your thoughts on her?
Well, she was introduced in Silence of the Library, right?
Yes, she was.
I remember finding that really interesting, the idea, like the concept, right, of someone who's lived their life in reverse time to the Doctor.
Yes.
And she makes quite the impression, in a good way, I thought. But I didn't see the Capaldi or most of the Matt Smith era, so I didn't get a lot of her stuff.
I think the more we got of her, the worse it became because the whole aspect of her worked
was
better
mystery.
As
a mystery. I think Alex Kingston did a great job playing her though, and I think the husbands of River Song like really she becomes a girl. So she becomes very wife. Okay, I mean like that's a wife. A wife's like has a different perspective of the husband because she sees him around all the time. But like at the end, dude, she like Doctor is everything to her, and she realizes that she's just the thing to him, and it doesn't change it. And
it's like a person looking up at God.
Dude, that scene where she's
notice,
like, the Doctor doesn't notice me, and he's standing right behind her. Such a fucking good scene.
Do you think he'd be stood here? Do you think he'd come here and stand beside me now? And it's just like, she's kind of like, realizes,
and he goes, hello sweetie. Yeah, that's such a good scene. Yeah.
And if she just like, you can see she kind of like breaks inside when he does that. She realizes, he's stood with me. They
kind of ruined the mystery of River Song, but like still like the character. I still like the character.
Ed Song with a $5 says, so hat, my brain is fried. Okay. Thank you for paying to say that.
I feel that.
Stutters with a €10 says, Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls and favorite. It was great for role-playing characters from fantasy books I read, so easily over 1,000 hours on the PS3. I am skeptical about this one, though, with that crowd. Well, after this stream, I'm going to be going live to play the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, so see for yourself. Martino with a 10 Swiss says, crate was seized at customs. Working on an alternate route. Martino, I've texted you. Get back to me on that text, dude. And Martino gifting 5 memberships to the stream as well. Thank you. Dawnbreaker with a $2 says, oi, you got a license for that game, mate? Oh, no, I haven't. Philip H has been a member at the Bard level for 18 months. Verminator with a $20 says, hey boys, recovering at home from surgery and Bethesda actually does something good. I remember putting a lot of hours in Oblivion during college, so I hope it will bring me the same joy again. By the 9. Hail the BBC. Yes. Capping Day After Day with a 20-month sorcerer says, here's a modern fairy tale. Once upon a time, long ago, Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, Daredevil, Marvel movies, and comic books were good. Yeah, it is a fairy tale. Snacks with a $5 says, we have Star Wars Andor, Ahsoka, Mando, and Grogu. When are we getting Star Wars Schlurpo or Star Wars Sneem? We discussed that. Yeah, we discussed it. Mad About Hatter's been a bard for 13. Thank you. Daily Dose with a $5 says, as at the very least, you should watch Ando 1, episode 8, 9, and 10. Some of the best Star Wars since Empire. You won't regret seeing it. Also, high rags. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to watch the whole thing. I am. Dawnbreaker with a $2 says, his name is Wade Schlurpo. Panic and Skyfaller with a $10 says, if Star Wars is so healthy, why did they announce a major project the day after Star Wars Celebration?
Well, why every year do they announce 10 movies that never come to exist?
Exactly. Jeff McIntyre with a $10 says, if the rumors are true that Andor writers are trying to squeeze several seasons worth of plot into a set of 3-episode arcs, isn't that the same thing that happened with Arcane Season 2? I am concerned.
Alan Ing the Merciless just came out and said it finally gets good at episode 6.
What? Andor
Season 2.
Look, first of all, and like to me that's a myth. Arcane Season 2 is not bad because it was rushed, like and that it went through lots of it. It's like, no, it's just fucking awful. It's like saying Born Again is bad because it was slow. It's like, no, it's not bad because it was slow. Like I think it wasn't your video, Gary, who said like it can't be a slow burn if it doesn't burn.
Yeah,
there's whatever. So like, yeah, I feel that way. I would happily concede that Andor is a slow burn. There's things they're setting up and they pay off way later, and they're trying to do foundation, blah 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 blah. But as for this, yes, 3 episodes per year, as far as I know.
Yep.
So year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 4.
It might work. I mean, I trust Alan Ing, but like, I am gonna rewatch this. I'm gonna sit through fucking Andor season 1 because why not? It's what I do. And we'll see. But like, I think, dude, with Arcane season 2, they read all their own fucking press and they leaned into all the wrong things.
I don't know if I talked to you about it. We know why. We found an interview where, so like the way it worked originally was like a team of writers, like 4 or 5 of them, and then they sent the episodes off to 2 supervisors that approved them. One of the supervisors was Christian Link, and one of the others was someone else. This time around, I think it was a similar situation, and then COVID happened, and so the writing team got axed, basically, and there was only 3 people writing, and 2 of them were the supervisors from season 1. So if you understand, right, we've lost the vast majority of who wrote season 1.
And now you should be very concerned about One Piece season 2, as I am. I guess they got the principle done. But then one of the showrunners and kind of the creative force behind season 1 left. So I don't know if he left during post. So I don't know what gets changed there, but there was a time where I didn't pay attention to these sorts of like take Buffy for example. I never would have known the difference in writers when I was watching that for the first time. I just would have been enjoying it. But these days, that information is more important than any knowledge of any project existing. It's like, who's writing? Who's directing? Tell me now. Which company is giving them the money? Because it tells you so much more. Yep. And Netflix just doesn't fucking care. They make so much money right now. I mean, there will be a time where they do, but they just don't. They just go, okay, next thing.
Okay.
Sorry, Mahler.
It's all good.
I want a good season 2 from Netflix, don't you?
I want a good season 2 in general.
I want a good season 2 in general, but Netflix would be nice. Stranger Things comes out this year too.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna watch the whole thing again. Maybe like the latter half of season 4, I guess, because just to re-catch up. But I will watch season 5. I'm sure you will as well, probably.
I will.
It through.
I'm going to see it through, review it, do it all. Yeah.
Take 610 with a $2 says I was hoping Sneem would appear in Mando and Grogu. Rainbow Rato or Ratto with a $5 says Morley, could you please, in honor of Hollywood and BBC, include in your movie a pathetic movie maker who blames all his failures on the fans?
It's not quite the story. It's not really. There's not much of a place that would fit in, but I understand it. Yeah.
Dark Knight Rider with the $2 says better leader, Aragorn or Captain America in the movies. Aragorn. Follow you anywhere, McKing.
Aragorn.
Yeah. Ian Corrales with a 4-month says, I want to know when Morley's starting with his Star Trek TNG journey. I want to live stream on his thoughts.
I don't know exactly how that's going to work out yet. Like I said, the guy I watched TOS with started like moving house and got incredibly busy with a whole bunch of stuff. So like I said, nothing right now in terms of when that's happening, but I do want to get it running again at some point.
Okie dokie. Sir Boy of Lard has been a bard for 19. Thank you. God of Gravy with a £20 says, as missed you on FNT, missed you more than RTD and Co. missed the signs that their ship is sinking. They continue to double down. May they crash and burn. And all I'm trying to say is that Pearl Harbor sucked and Doctor Who too. TJ Krink with a $2 says, in Oblivion remaster right now, body type 1, body type 2, but no pronouns. Yay. Snex with a $2 says, apparently JD Vance can do penance stare. Cool. Okay.
That was too subtle for us, I think.
Oh my god. Okay, so the penance stare is
Yeah.
a
Ghost
power
Rider, right?
from Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it basically faces you with your sins. And JD Vance went to visit the Pope, and then the Pope died.
Oh, gotcha. Right. Okay. Kalioth with a $2 says, why broadcast season 2 after
Why
announcing...
am I laughing? It's too soon. I'm a
Why
horrible
broadcast
person.
season 2 after announcing Regen filmed? I don't know what he means. Eyes to the Skies with a $10 says, hello there, gentlemen. What's your take on the current YouTube landscape? Is it too late for one to try dipping their toe in the wild world of YouTube media review? No, if you got something to say it. Just
Never
get a good
too late.
microphone. Yeah.
New creators are rising up all the time.
All the
and
time.
Honestly, old creators are crashing down all the time. Look at
Yeah.
iDub.
Look at yeah, look at iCuck, Mr. Jama. Saleh Hibe with a $2 says, "Ads finally watched Solo Leveling." Not yet, dude. Way too much on. But I will get to it at some point, just not probably in the recent
Babylon
future.
D did a headline that says the Dalai Lama reschedules appointment with JD Vance. Sorry, go on.
No, it's all good. Ian Soforth with a 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, Ian. Lost for Words with a Sorcerer for 46. Thank you. WG with a $10 says the Doctor Who episode will continue. The Doctor Who episodes will continue until morale improves.
Oh, no. Or until it gets canceled. It's got, what, 6 more to go? Is it 8?
Yeah, I think there's 8 this season. So, yeah, 6 more to go. God of Gravy with a £5 says RBF companion has 2 things going for her. 2 companions from the door furniture store in a row. And the God of Gravy again with £2 says, hey, do that song where everyone has AIDS.
Everybody has
It's got AIDS. Rock Hudson's got AIDS. Dr. Chaos with a 25 Polish says Shooty acting is on level of always horny rabbit on cocaine without pain receptors, which is weird and kind of worrying. He cries plenty of times.
There's a scene in the episode where she's like, it's 1952 and I'm in my pajamas, and he goes, this is the best thing about the TARDIS, the clothes, let's go, girl. And I just died inside a little bit.
And then he goes, let's go shopping.
And he always changes costume randomly because he's gay. Because
Course.
gay people change costumes a lot.
Carolyn has been with a $10 says, keep it up, Gary. That was saying the see you next Tuesday. Aaron Charman with a £5 says, for the demonetization. Ryan Landis with a $2 says, for the see you next Tuesday fund. Digby Strawbridge with a £10 says, Scunthorpe. Curtis Hart. No need to be that nasty. With a $10 says, here you go, as. Ryu Planeswalker with a $5 says, is it too early to see you next Tuesday, gents? Madney85, as I can tell, my YouTube studio is gonna crash any second, and it has again, because it's wank.
Are you on Chrome?
YouTube, months. You've done fucking nothing. Just saying.
Are you on Chrome?
Yeah.
You
It doesn't
gotta
matter.
go
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
work
matter
on
what.
Chrome. Oh, it
doesn't matter. No, it
Firefox
doesn't matter
works
what.
for me.
Firefox crashes as well, but it just when it crashes, it just freezes. This just completely crashes. The others just freeze, and you can't do
Yeah,
shit.
it feels
shit,
well.
shit.
Didn't I hear that Google had to they're gonna have to sell off Chrome, and maybe they just don't give a fuck about it anymore. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, use Brave, use anything but Chrome.
Madney85 with a $20 says, as rumors, Oblivion remake is body type and preferred pronouns epic rant when it does have body type 1, body type 2, but apparently doesn't have pronoun nonsense, as it shouldn't either. It shouldn't even have body type 1 or body type 2. Should have male and female. But, you know. David Harvey with a $10 says, Gary's got a Gary. Lost for words with a £2 says, see you next Tuesday. Calioff with a $2 says, use town signs for the slurs to avoid demonetization. Chris Mind with a $2 says, here's some for the ethnically cleansed coffee. Acid Hot Pocket with a $5 is the final solution to your caffeine needs. Sammy's Musky Armpits with a $5 says, ethnically cleansed coffee. Okay, now I'll buy some. David Harvey with a $5 is brought to you by 1775 Coffee. Aiden Clark with a $5. Speaking of ethnically cleansed, any thoughts on the new content cop? Yeah, iDubbbz is a fucking bitch.
That one got me.
Reno the Turk with a $5 says, this super is for Az for being a pork. See you next Tuesday. By the way, what flavors does ethnically cleansed coffee come in? Fingers crossed for mystery flavor. Hashtag just brown. Bakuda with a $2 says, here's to the see you next Tuesdays. G. Owens wears with a $2 says $2 because Gary's being a see you next Tuesday. Matej with an 18-month membership, thank you. And Dent Masterson with a 43-month membership says RIP Doctor Who. Gabrielle David Valentine with a $2 says for the see you next Tuesday fund. Disillusioned Man with a $2 says, hell, Azzy, can't wait to get home and play Oblivion. I know, I can't. This guy with a 5 Canadian says, ethnically cleansed coffee now with 100% less Bulgarian. Also, one more see you next Tuesday for good measure. Dark Knight Rider with a $2 says, guessing ethnically cleansed coffee isn't kosher. Adrian Nazaruk with a membership for 42. Kritosis with a 10 Canadian says, at work and just started listening, so forgive me if this has been mentioned. You can access every early Super Chat YouTube studio. Just go to the tab and click Super. No, because I had to cancel the stream, it didn't put them in there, Kritosis. That was the problem. However, some wonderful person texted me emailed me the screenshots. God bless them. Jeff with the $2 says, why would the word see you next Tuesday demonetize you? That seems see you next Tuesday-ish. Chevalier Delise with the 2 Canadian says, see you next Tuesday. Does that help? Disaster Area with a £10 says, as fans have rejected camp fantasy gay bar Doctor Who, do you ever think we'll get a more adult sci-fi reboot, more Quatermass, Outer Limits, Alan Moore kind of style? Not for donkey's years.
No, every time, real quick, every time we do, there's racism, intersectionality, or TDS. It's one of those 3 things. They have to put that in absolutely everything. I would love for more introspective sci-fi or fun sci-fi. That's what I was pissed about Mickey 17, man. I want weird sci-fi like that. I that's what I love.
Well, it was good until the girlfriend started talking.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna have to cherry pick some because the clock is against us now. So Josh Kelsey, but I will probably have to do a Square Up video because I'm gonna be busy for a few days coming up at the end of this week. So I'm probably do a little Square Up video.
He's going on a walkabout.
Walkabout.
He's going on a walkabout.
Josh Kelsey with a $20. Thank you, Josh Kelsey. RJL1436 with a $20. Hello, gentlemen. Mafia is a fun game. I played with cards. K equals Mafia, J detective, Q nurse, and some cards of civilians, and then The Godfather. We played it with about 10 people at in the woods at night around a campfire. Sounds cool. Legalize Adulthood gifting 20 memberships to the stream, and Legalize Adulthood gifting a $100 super chat.
I'm going to send you my applause.
Okay.
Week.
Oh, fuck.
I pressed the wrong button. Legalize Adulthood with his $100 says, Frank Miller Daredevil is Pete Daredevil. Screams for the bankers. as he runs through Marvel Studios, scoring a bullseye on every rear end in the place. They need a good butt kicking to get themselves right. Ain't that a fact? Ain't that a fact? Doing a bit of scrolling. Thor Song Wong with a $20 says, are you going to play the remastered Oblivion? It was released a couple of hours ago. Looks fantastic. Doing it right after this stream. Literally grabbing myself a flask of water, emptying my bladder of urine, and we're off.
Wait to be rid of us so he can go stream his game.
3
Doesn't
hours.
see me for 2 weeks.
3 hours.
Doesn't see us for 2 weeks. I'm half an hour late.
What do you mean
We were texting each other.
It's the royal us, Mahler.
I saw it bloody yesterday.
Yeah. Mahler's had enough of me, mate. Paul Belfoy with a $20 says the UK Supreme Court has ruled that manual transmissions are legally men with titties. How are you holding up? Well, they've actually announced the Supreme Court has announced that women are actually biological women, and manual transmissions are dudes with a dress on. And that'll do. Before we go, because now I'm gonna get copyright hit for this fucking music.
We never get hit for that. Shut the fuck up.
I get hit all the fucking time when I use
that is the
clip.
karaoke version. Are you not using the karaoke version?
Probably.
Okay, there you go.
Molly. Anything you'd like to plug before we go, sir? Unbelievable.
Boo boobs on a dude.
Unbelievable. Fucking unbelievable.
Nothing of note right now. Probably going to stream more blueprints here and there. Who knows?
Okie dokie. Gary, anything you'd like to plug before we go, sir?
I just got home. I'm gonna go buy a new fucking Roku so I can watch Mobland and
fucking we
Andor.
get it. Your Roku's fucked.
You don't understand how this disrupts my life when my theater doesn't work.
Okay.
No, that's literally what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to go on a little walk and then go buy a Roku and then go see Sinners with the Wife and what my next video will be.
Let us know. Let us know how you text me. Let me know because
maybe I'll go over.
Want to go see that?
Yeah, I'll let you know right away, and maybe I'll go over that George R.R. Martin interview from Time Magazine.
Ooh.
Woo.
Oh. Doozy. Everyone, it is already up and waiting, so please make your way in an orderly fashion to the Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remaster stream. It's on my live tab. Go there. I will be going live in about 15 minutes. Just give myself time for a quick, a quick. I can't with that. I can't. So let's go. Let's see what it's all about. Am I a body type A or a body type B? Who knows? I guess we'll find out shortly. And tomorrow, ripping the silverback over on Eric's channel, 7:30 UK time PM. And 1:30 Central. Before that, during the day, I'll most likely be streaming some more Oblivion. And Thursday, probably doing a lot of Oblivion streaming. Friday, Saturday, I got some things on, so you may not hear from me. And fingers crossed, if everything's according to plan, I shall see you on afternoon tea with us on Sunday after that. So massive thank you to everyone who came to watch today. Mods, thank you for giving up your free time. If you didn't get your super chat read out today, I will either do it on Sunday. If everything goes according to plan, we could do afternoon tea. Or if I can't, there will be a video, a little video for you with those supers in it. So everybody who did super chat, remember, gift memberships, thank you for supporting the channel. We'll be back next week on Gary's channel. Until then, you take care. You know what you are, Gary? You're a cunt.
You're a cunt.
You're a cunt.
Fuck you.
You're